We're the bastard like
Jesus.
branch of like the company because they just did a golf outing and the guys that won were hammered when they interviewed him. And then who goes, "What was the key to your game?" And he just goes, "That 350-yard cock slap."
All right, has everyone got a drink? We can light them up, smoke them later.
Senors.
Yes, sir.
Do cheers, a salute, and a happy birthday
Happy birthday
to Mr. Cowboy. That's a fancy glass.
That is. Holy shit.
I'm about to join you here as well once I light this cigar. But it's been a long time. Been MIA, getting resettled in the house. Last episode was obviously the interview with Max, M-A-K-S, Polish boy.
Crazy. It's his birthday today, too.
Shut up.
Yeah, it is.
Damn, I gotta wish him happy birthday.
Yeah.
I was talking to him. I got all the shit. I'll take pictures and I'll let you guys finger fuck it and see what it's about. I was asking him questions about the Crye, like the JPC-1 adapter for the cummerbund today, and I had no idea it was his birthday, so I'll have to wish him happy birthday.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joe for getting our gray fighter.
Right.
Stuff in. Did you get the leather or did you get the...
I got,
Should have took a picture of mine.
well, I'll let you guess what color pattern I got.
Wu-Tang Clan.
No.
Oh.
I wish I had the money for that, because that was cool as fuck.
AOR1.
There we go.
AOR1.
Winner.
Yeah, buddy.
Mine I got the
Same
leather
price as
with the
everything else. I
DNC
had to.
Velcro. That shit's hot.
Nice. What is it, a hat?
No, it's it's basically a tourniquet holder for your holster.
Yeah.
And it's got...
Instead of
so
doing
it's
like that
outside.
RDR
Oh, thank you,
gear
sir.
shit, it's just a strap. Man, I should have fucking brought that.
I've seen some cops rocking those, actually.
Yeah, I
Well,
saw.
it's the only approved one.
Is it
Yeah.
really?
For law enforcement, yeah, it's the only approved tourniquet holder that can be attached to a holster that law
Interesting.
enforcement can use. Because all their stuff has to be approved unless you're at some fancy department.
Yeah.
So, like, you want to buy a staccato? I don't give a fuck. You can
Was
go
it
buy
Detroit?
that drop.
I heard at one point you had to have your own piece. He's like,
No,
bring
they
your own
shared
piece.
pieces.
Interesting.
Shared.
Yeah, Detroit used to have to share service weapons for a little bit. They might
Jesus.
still, in some areas or
That
some
sounds awful.
precincts, might do that.
Very interesting.
I mean, if you have armorers.
You probably have to be
Keeping them
closer to that. You can elongate the arm too.
I
that
just
one.
pull it forward because it gets off balance pretty easily.
Are you saying I don't have quality mic stands?
I'm just saying
They're
that
not.
these
You're
mics-
right.
just a little
They're
front
awful.
heavy.
you want a shtick?
No, I'll be
Stick.
alright.
I got a little, those mini Monte Cristos.
I got minis. I got bone shakers.
I'll
got
take a
some
mini one then.
Tobacco Tacticals too, if you want to give one of those a try.
Ooh, I haven't. I still have the
Something
one you
short.
gave me, the MF Doom.
The Doom one?
I'm
Nice.
saving that. It looks too pretty. I do want to wear that ring though.
I think
It's
I have
gotta
an
be
extra.
the way.
I have another one at the house.
It's got to be a way you can put that ring on the tip
We
of the
got
barrel.
the
Just for-
little champagnes. These are really nice.
Those are money. Yeah.
That's a really nice one.
I haven't seen those in a while. Where'd you find those? Those are great.
9 Mile.
Noted.
On the west side.
Those are the perfect size too.
Smoke Factory or some fucking shit.
Gotcha.
Appreciate
Speaking
you,
of putting it
thank
into the barrel,
Anytime, man.
at some point
Happy.
when it's either late enough I can turn off the lights, I'll bring out the Mossberg and the Rossi. They're finally done.
you. Fuck yeah.
The Rossi's cool. It's the poor man's Mad Pig. 4570, full Midwest furniture, stock, rail. I put the EOTech on it just for aesthetic, and also I'm not really in love with the EOTech, so it can, live on the meme gun. The Mossberg, though, is straight fucking nonsense.
Is it?
Heat shield, actually, so as a 500, I bought a 590 barrel and tube, so it's like the longer, basically extended tube.
Mm-hmm.
Only for the sole purpose of putting a bayonet lug on it.
Yep.
Oh, that's...
It's
That's why
my
the
emotional
590 is
support gun.
superior to the 870 in any and all ways.
It's my emotional support gun now. I love that fucking thing. Put the little primary arms, like micro red dot on it. Yeah. the 6 shell holder on the left side, the heat shield, the red dot, and the bayonet, and it's fucking ready to go. I love that fucking thing.
That thing looks sweet from the pictures.
And I'm gonna try in moving things around. And after I sold the Beretta, actually I traded the Beretta to get the Rossi. I kept the lead and steel, the PB3, because that was just too cool to let go. I'm going to try what I've been seeing a lot of guys doing now is they're running that 1.93 inch riser to acro on rifles. So I'm going to try that.
With the PB,
Yeah.
I am waiting for them to do another sale, and I want to pick that up and put that on the Scorpion.
I'm going to throw it on the Jackal to see how I like it, and then if I really love it, it might move over to the 12.5, like my more serious one, and I can put the LP1 on something stupid or something else.
The LP1, I was playing with it today when we got home. I pulled it out and was just like, I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
Really do.
That is like, if I'm ranking just sights that I've used, it's that, and it's my SIG LPVO, just strictly through nature of familiarity and using it. I've had that for years, and I'm more comfortable with that. But the PB3, as far as features go, value, durability, and weight, I think it weighs less than my EOTech, but it does all the same things and more with better battery life. So I love it.
Well, both the PB3 is always on, and it sits on my nightstand. And I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and I'll be like, "What is that?" And I've caught the perfect angle to catch the red dot.
So how many times have you changed the battery on it?
None. I haven't.
Really?
Yeah, since I've gotten it.
It has on paper,
And that was
it's
in
got a fairly short battery
December
life,
or
I
something.
thought. Maybe that's the LP1, but I thought for sure that PB3 had a pretty
Turned it on. Haven't turned it off since.
interesting.
Jeez.
All right.
And I mean, it's been on. It's been on here since at least February, and turned on since at least February.
Hell yeah.
Same thing with the LP1, the Promethean.
That one's got the on
I
depending
don't
on the
have
generation, you have the
mine,
ROA.
Yeah, I went for the cheaper option, which
Same.
is like $60 or $50 cheaper.
Yeah.
But I mean, with what they are claiming is the battery life, that's been on there. I haven't changed the battery, and it's been on there for probably better part of a year, over
Shit.
a year.
Interesting.
So were they claiming it actually?
I thought it was something just ridiculously low, like compared to like some of the Hollow Suns and other stuff you see now. But I could be wrong. Maybe I'm mistaken. It wouldn't be a first, honestly.
Anyone see that Brett Baer and Kamala interview?
The what now?
Or was it Brett Baer? Yeah, wasn't it?
It was Brett Baer on Fox.
That was a interesting one.
I
was the
don't
first
have
time-
cable,
So-
honestly, so
Oh,
I
it
haven't
was-
seen it.
I am so
I haven't even
disconnected
seen like
from all
Instagram
that
clips
shit.
of it though.
I saw one
It wasn't
reel of it.
anything.
No, it wasn't anything, but it was like
Whole bunch
You
of
could-
nothing.
it was. What you did see is you saw Kamala get pressed a little bit more
Okay.
than she has before. So there's some interesting moments of her like yapping.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
Like
what
a
happens when you.
politician.
That's
I
what
grew
happens
up
when
in
you
a
go on
middle-class family.
a alternate news.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Fox News does not run concurrent with
Mm-hmm.
her platform.
True.
And I think it says something. It's got to be the first time that a Democrat candidate for president has gone on Fox News for an interview.
So did the Call Her
I've
Daddy
done it before.
podcast warm her up sufficiently?
That was
What
just
is
so
even?
loud.
What I don't even know what that podcast is.
It's
Uh,
like a
It's a chicks podcast basically about slutting it up. Paraphrasing obviously, respectfully, but the thing was she went there like after
power.
Carolina went underwater basically, and she handed out $700 and then went on this podcast to do a whole bunch of nothing. It's like top down view. Awesome for the simulation. Like North Carolina just went through like biblical like million-year flood, and the current vice president and then presidential like nominee is on the Call Her Daddy podcast. Like,
yep. Talking about meat.
Holy fuck.
2024.
holy fuck, that's awesome.
That's what you get with a politician, man. Just talking
Yep.
fucking
Who would've
heads.
thought?
It's funny. So my mom, I'm in my family group chat, and my parents super right leaning, love Trump and all this stuff. And every other day I'll get like a text about like rallies in the state or like putting up yard signs and stuff. And today I dropped like that. It's so weird to like worship parasites and people who have been so like middle ground or libertarian, even on the right, saying they don't want as the government to be as overreaching as possible. The second you try to frame like Trump or anyone in the Republican Party in an election season as a parasite or anything other than the God Emperor, it doesn't click. Like I had to explain it, and it was just, yeah. I mean, it's just I've come to the point where like you're not gonna change anyone's mind. It's not about facts. It's not about logic. It's not about doing the right thing. It's just about doing what feels good when it comes to voting for somebody, and that's all that it is.
Yep.
That's why people are going to vote for Donald Trump, because he stokes those feelings, and that's the man has zero political experience.
You couldn't tell because he
credibility.
plays the game pretty fucking well.
Because he's been selling himself, and he's been selling the Trump brand for fucking decades. So it was easy for him to sell it to the American people. I don't think he really wanted to be president the first time. I think he just wanted the money, the name recognition,
Sure.
and then he was going to go and live off of that for, 20 more years.
How much were those shoes he sold? He was selling.
Fuck.
He
I
sold
remember
shoes.
He has
the
a-
Trump
he has a-
ones or
like
whatever.
8,000 or something. There's
Trump
something
ones,
ridiculous.
He
No,
just sold,
no,
like,
I know they were.
Timberlands,
I don't
too.
think they
He's
were
got, like,
8,000.
Timbs.
They were not
Oh,
that.
yeah.
They weren't that bad.
I
They
know
were
they
a
were
couple
reselling
hundred.
for about
Oh,
that,
okay,
maybe.
okay.
But
I thought they were. A
he
couple
does
grand,
have a
too.
fucking watch that I think costs $9,000.
Fuck yeah. Some blue collar America shit. He's selling Timbs or just like work boots with like where the black sort of collar is in the back of a Tim. It's like an American flag, and then under it says like fight, fight, fight.
45.
$200.
Jeez.
I don't know how much Timbs are. I know Timbs aren't cheap though anymore.
No.
Yeah, definitely not.
They got the whole
I feel like
designer brand.
Yeah,
effect
it's like
to
Carhartt
'em,
now.
Or Champion, or
Yeah.
Timberland's has been a designer brand.
Here we go.
Since the 90s.
Buckle up.
Here we go.
That's true. That's true. They
Heck, they're
they've
a,
been a part
they're
of
a
the culture.
staple in the hip hop culture.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
don't buckle up for none of that. There's nothing racist about that.
No, I was just saying you're gonna educate the younger generation on culture trends.
I will say that that when we were on the hike today,
He was like, I'm good.
the complete 180.
He,
Well,
saw, he
saw-
saw one
he saw
melanin dense
Rusty,
individual with a kit,
And then he sees Demo with his LV-119 on. And then the rest of us.
well, you guys, I don't know if you guys saw at the back, but when we came out, when we crossed that road that leads to the,
Yeah.
you cross that road and then you get to the parking lot.
Yeah.
There was that couple. That chick was just staring at Devin. Like I said, I was telling Moores that she had never either seen a dude in kit, or she had never seen a black person,
or a combination of the
or a
two.
combination of the two. It could have been that.
It's probably a little mix of everything.
Was it an
though.
ARP without a brace in the pants?
It's funny. For the fall, we're rewatching like the Harry Potter movies, and I can't help but just meme after meme. Every time I hear Draco's name,
Yeah.
the autist in me is just like, I go straight to just guns outside of Hellcats and Scat Packs, and the chick in California just hanging out the window with it. That was an iconic picture. That was sweet. And I don't know why that reminded me of this. So Rochester,
Yeah.
right? That's where the splash pad shooting was.
Yep.
And then just recently, a couple gets smoked by two dudes impersonating DTE workers.
That was a hit for sure.
Yeah.
Because the dude was a jeweler.
Oh,
Hassan
that.
Murray, I think, was his name.
interesting.
I think it's similar to like that Hutch situation. Remember Hutch the jeweler got
No.
gunned down and do you remember that? Are you aware of that? Hutch the jeweler. He was like a well-known Detroit jeweler. Was just driving home one day and his whole car got lit up by
Fuck.
lit up. Like
Jesus.
bullet holes from the bottom of the driver's side door up to the top of the A-pillar, through the front windshield.
And it's funny because now they're going to warn people that...
They did. I got an email from
Yeah,
DTE.
100%. Yeah, we'll contact you, we'll email you, we'll text you, we'll call you, whatever.
Pull
It's
that
like,
meter and they'll show up
these-
quick as fuck.
Sparky knowledge.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, they
fun fact
targeted
of the
that
trade.
man. I mean, he was targeted for a reason.
Crazy. I mean, it's true. The high vis vest can get you anywhere.
Apparently, even into somebody's home.
We
just-
should
Yeah.
test that. We should test that. Just 6-foot ladder, high vis vest, somebody with a clipboard. Let's go to a Lions game this year.
clean.
We could do that,
down.
or
I'm so
even
down.
better.
White
I feel like
helmet.
it'd be even easier to get into like Erebus and like just work behind the scenes there now with the high vis vest.
Acting normal. Then
Just walk right in, just scare people like we're working there.
Oh, that would do it. I think we could get in. What are you here to do? Change a light bulb, motherfucker.
Lights are out.
Yeah,
It's a
lights
haunted
are
I'm here
house.
to
All the
fix
lights
that
are out,
exit
moron.
sign.
All the lights are out. There's a glowing orb in the corner. I don't know what to tell you. That I cannot fix. You need a priest for that. Isn't that like one of the most haunted places in America?
What?
Eloise Asylum?
No.
I haven't
My
heard.
company
Wait, where
did
is
work
that?
for him, but
Where is it?
Eloise
Westland?
is the Westland, Livonia.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I had
Garden
no
City,
idea.
maybe.
yeah, like right in that area.
Yeah, it's on Michigan Ave.
yeah.
Interesting.
It was an old.
We used to go. We used to go stomp around in it.
Yeah.
When it was still abandoned and,
Mhm.
and not highly patrolled.
Yeah, my company did all the lighting upgrades in there, and stuff like that.
The only haunted place I stomped around in was the Northville like insane asylum for a little bit.
The
Oh, you've
Northville
been
Insane Asylum was
Oh, that's cool.
dope.
Oh,
Did you ever get in the
During high
underground?
school.
The underground's creepy as shit. A
I
lot
don't
of
think
still
so.
water.
No, there was fucking like Olympic-sized swimming pool down
No,
there.
definitely not. I saw
bunch
the
of crazy
theater
ass shit.
area, some of like the rooms and stuff, but
And then getting on top, where I was like, they let people out there. And it's like, the top was. I'm like, dude.
That roof was sketchy.
Yeah.
What about speaking of another more well, Detroit's full of abandoned places, but you ever do the Belle Isle Zoo?
No, that's one place we didn't. But I do have plenty of stories from the train station,
Oh, post all
that's
the
right, the
sensors
train.
and stuff.
running
Yeah,
from
yeah.
bums and jumping over fucking holes in the floor.
Dude, the security system they ended up putting in there was intense as shit.
really?
I
Well,
was
yeah,
hearing about it
Because they couldn't
had-
keep anybody out.
Yeah, they couldn't keep anyone out, so they had like.
We'll see how
legit-
well this sounds with the train, but don't.
But they had
We can
If you
never
think
get away
about
from it.
like spy movies with the lasers and shit,
Yeah.
they had that in IR. Over every floor had a grid of some type.
That's
so we're like,
cool
if you
as
went into a
fuck.
floor and they knew exactly where you were in the building with motion detectors and were able to pinpoint you.
The train station
Yeah.
was a pinnacle of urban exploration.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Packard plant was too.
I used to know a urban explorer that actually knew the maintenance guy at the Packer plant, the guy that lived there, and he'd be able to get tours through there to do like photography and stuff.
Oh,
But
sweet.
This kid also broke into the top of Greek Town and all the like Caesars. And
I bet
Buchanan's
that's
and stuff.
that's a cool place to break into.
yeah.
That roof looks really cool.
Yeah, that roof. So he has a picture of him like hanging off, like holding onto the G, hanging out. It's sweet.
Jesus.
I don't know what that theater is on Old Woodward in Birmingham, like the old one. You're able to jump onto that sign and
It's,
that roof
Theater
very
8.
easily. They might have fixed it, but in high school, we would do that all the time, take pictures up there. Just get off on the parking structure, and like it just runs right next to that roof. You can just jump
just
right
jump
up on
right
that.
over.
Yeah, it's not even a jump. You step right onto it.
I'm sure you still can.
I'm sure enough idiots
I'm gonna have to
ruined
check
it
it out.
for everyone
Best.
else.
What'd you say?
Ladder and a high vis vest.
True.
Wow, I
yeah.
was-
Just change the letters around and just leave. Fixing
That'd
the
be funny.
sign.
Like the commerce sign.
It says penis.
I'm
and he
looking
just
for a
dips out.
leak.
Sign's leaking. Gotta patch it.
We need someone to skydive off the GM building though,
Down.
Base jump.
or base jump. I guess.
My brother used to work there, but that was probably our best in for a while.
Damn.
could have made it work.
Isn't there a restaurant at the top of Run?
Yes. So it used to be Coach Insignia, and then it changed to
Fuck
it-
is a Coach
stopped-
Insignia?
Coach Insignia, like the designer brand Coach. Like that was their restaurant. Like they had a restaurant up there,
Oh, what the
and it
fuck?
used to like rotate.
Oh.
Like slowly, like it would rotate. And then the place that came in after that's owned it for the past, I don't know, decade or so, it doesn't rotate anymore. It's still nice, still fancy upscale. Like, the name's escaping me now. I don't even think there's a restaurant in there anymore.
No.
I think even before like GM agreed to move into the new like skyscraper that just is about to be completed, I think the restaurant had like shut down. Like it was a ghost town in there.
Based on their stock price, I would imagine it's not there anymore.
That's gonna be a cool place to urban explore because like no one's gonna be working in that. It's gonna be empty. Because GM's moving all like everyone to the what's it called, the Hudson's site, I think. Is the
Yeah.
new
Oh
shiny
yeah,
building.
that thing is gonna be massive.
And then the recruiting company that my brother used to work in there is only there like less than half the week, so I can't imagine they're gonna be there much longer.
You really can't escape it. You're gonna
No.
live next to a train your entire life,
I
aren't you?
know it's funny because when Britt, she got used to public transit in Germany, and there it works very well.
Yep.
Obviously, and it's nice because you can read, you can sort of do work on the way to work, and it's still only like a 45-minute commute. Gotten so used to it, she hates driving here now. Can't stand it. Didn't even want to buy a car. Got a really nice new car, but still, she just can't. She hates it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I like driving though, so obviously that'll never be me. But I guess I can understand it, because
coming back
traffic
to the
in this state,
construction,
yeah,
though. Yeah, that's
we
gonna
hit
be
we
rough.
hit 696.
I
She,
wanted to fucking scream this morning.
I do every morning. I just let it out.
I did too.
He did.
In a 2-second
did.
clip, I sent it to the group chat.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
True.
So
Yeah,
Britt,
he's got it.
she was looking for like dressers and shit, and not familiar with the area, so she's using my Facebook Marketplace, and I get a text. She's like, "Hey, we're gonna pick up these dressers after it. Cool, where are they? Novi. I'm in Pontiac. She's coming from here." I was like, "All right." We get in the car, and at the
Back
time
it
I
up.
checked, there's like 45-minute drive, no traffic. I leave work. It's obviously rush hour. 696 is under construction. It takes like 90 minutes to get there.
I believe it.
And I was like,
'Cause it was down
holy
to
shit.
one lane, like,
It's, for no fucking reason.
all the way.
And I swear they just worked on that stupid freeway. I should have kidnapped her, dude. I should have kidnapped her.
I want to get their process going for re-election.
That's not my FBI, dude. My FBI is the one that killed JFK. Those guys would have finished the job.
I do gotta say, I'm gonna miss seeing all her Instagram stories from Germany.
What was the? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's interesting stuff going on in Germany right now. There's a lot of oh, holy fuck.
Oh yeah.
So the last day we're there, I'm like, hey, we're gonna go to like these 3 shops. They all look like sort of like surplus military history, sort of just like just shops. First shop was just sort of general, like a lot of like true spec. Rothko, they had the whole Rothko rainbow of colored pants, which is pretty cool to see, and a good amount of like the Flecktarn and the desert like Tropentarn camo there, like issued and unissued. That was pretty cool. Nothing my size. Second place was closed. The third place
Little 45.
The third place was in like the middle of Nuremberg, which is the most ironic part of this. And and based on the Google profile, there's like one image of like the shop window and what's in it, and it looks like old like World War II like medals and stuff. And I was like, if there's going to be anything of high value or of interest that you're not going to find anywhere but in Germany, this is going to be the place. And this was basically the Nazi memorabilia station, like, and it wasn't advertised as that, and it wasn't all Nazi, but it was all like Bundeswehr, like old German military everything, propaganda, advertisements, like models of like battlefields and tanks and stuff. You could buy, and I kid you not, it was like the Nazi youth like passport like card, like the official stuff they would hand out to like the Hitler youth back then to show you were like a card carrying member
Of the Nazi party.
exactly. And
Jesus.
it was like from the time there was several other things. I was like, holy shit. I was so afraid just to take my phone out and take a picture, let alone actually fucking you obviously can't
Be
buy
in
anything
there.
and bring
I
it back.
thought all that stuff was illegal in Germany.
It's illegal here.
No, you can own Nazi
But they were just selling this
memorabilia
stuff.
and stuff here.
I
Germany
thought
had
you
a
couldn't here. I
strict
thought it
rule
has to be like
against it.
in a museum here. I thought you can.
In America?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can.
No,
No, you can own it.
Yeah.
I thought it was
If
illegal.
you can
too.
own a Klan hood, I hope you can own a Ford.
I could be wrong, and I hope I'm
Swastika.
wrong.
A buddy,
This is
a buddy of
fucking
mine. A buddy of
America.
mine has his grandfather's. Yeah, he's got a Luger, captured Luger, and he's got an SS
Interesting.
helmet.
Very interesting.
It's got it's got
Oh,
it's
yeah.
got a little SS on it here, and it's got a little swastika over here. He's like, I can't ever bring it out, and I'm like,
Are you
I mean,
disappointed by
you-
that?
I'm like,
It could be a toilet
I'm like,
bowl.
well, it's
Cool
a
beer
piece of
bong.
history. It's a piece of history, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
put it on and start goose stepping down the fucking
Yeah.
street.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
when the grandkids come over, you go, "Hey, I'm going to tell you about this helmet and why we don't do this again."
But I was
That's what
just
you're
shocked.
doing.
Like, literally in the glass case, I was looking at little Nazi youth passports and other like
See, they probably can't sell any modern Nazi memorabilia.
true.
They can probably
Oh,
just
valid.
sell basically like the surplus,
Collectors.
the vintage
Yeah.
stuff.
I was just like,
That's insane.
I'm sweating just being in the shop. And it was like towards the end of like the workday, so it was just like us two in there and just like the owners and maybe like a friend. It was three. It was like a man, a woman, like another man. They were just like sitting like by the register, didn't even bother to say hello to us walking in. Just like cheersing wine glasses, drinking with old like German music playing. I was like, these guys are definitely fucking Nazis. Like, do not take a picture. Do not
Don't.
let them see you
Do
taking a
not take a
You
picture.
should have asked them with a recording going. What do you feel about the immigrant crisis? Dude just starts going off. It's like, okay, buddy.
I'm like, hey, I'm from America. Aren't you glad that your country is also like a heavily supporter of the state of Israel?
Well, speaking of memorabilia, though, did you know that the racist memorabilia museum is in Michigan?
Why
Is
does
it in
that
Howell?
not fucking surprise me? That would, I hope to God
No,
it is.
guess where it actually is? Just north of Grand Rapids.
What the fuck?
Out of everywhere you would expect in Michigan. It's the...
What would one expect to find there? I can't imagine there's a great
you know
variety.
the dolls that like are a weird color?
Yeah.
And you're like, that's a little uneasy.
Yeah.
It's all that stuff.
Like the one the British guy pulled out of
Sambo?
the time capsule.
Like the all black dolls like that are...
It's the clip of the guy
Or-
who's opening up like the time capsule in like some British
yeah,
town.
it's always,
And he's
oh
like,
shit.
What do we have here? He goes, oh shit. And it's literally
it's
like a
all that
blackface
shit.
doll.
Oh, what we got here now? Oh no, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I had a friend that was just basically, it was kind of like one of those situations where you lose fantasy and you got to go there. And he was forced to go there by himself, so he looks nothing more like, I'm really proud to
Card
be racist.
carrying.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
card carrying racist. And he goes, I get in there, dude, and he goes, it is everything you would expect to be in there.
What the fuck?
Well, a lot of people. So do you know why? An example to understand why this is even in Michigan. Do you know why Faster Horses in Michigan? Why it's one of the biggest country festivals in
Oh,
the United
God.
States? The Michigan is the relocated South, so that's why there's a lot of country music influence in Michigan.
So like where people like I'm guessing lost in the Civil War?
Yeah, like a lot of people post Civil War, you obviously had the slaves were freed to the
Yeah.
north, but after that, there were some people that were, hey, I don't agree with slavery, but white power, like they're like
Okay.
segregation's better. We don't need to enslave them, and they
Okay.
all came north, and that's why you have a large country music influence in
Because
Michigan.
Michigan was just a territory at that time, right? It wasn't a state.
I believe so, yeah. Or Detroit was, I think, established or something like that. But
Oh,
basically,
Detroit was well established.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was-
I believe it was a territory. It
yeah,
wasn't
yeah. I think it
Okay.
was kind of right
This
before
was-
we battled those
Yeah.
piss fucks below us.
I was about to say
For
Toledo.
Toledo?
yeah, for Toledo.
Well, we lost that battle,
We did, but
but we won the UP.
yeah, we got the UP. We
Which
should go
is
take all of
insane.
Wisconsin next.
That's my favorite
Down.
fact. Like modern day, like obviously because history kind of goes missed on most people. Modern day Ohioans have no idea that we got the UP and they got Toledo.
And they
like,
could
the
have had
worst
us.
deal.
They could have had us in a pincher maneuver too.
Exactly.
They could have been populating the UP with fucking Ohioans.
We could have had
terrible.
even more cornfields
It would have
everywhere.
been
And
terrible.
then we would have just been a glove, just the mitten.
We would have had Cedar Point though. That's pretty cool.
That is
Fair.
cool.
That is fair.
If Cedar Point would have even happened,
Well, I'm
Yeah.
a big
Who knows?
proponent of Superior being the 52nd state.
I would agree. My brother lives up there. My stepdad lives up there. My family's been established over there for 100 years. When
Yeah.
you go up there, completely different state.
Your
Like-
family from the south?
What? Actually, about as north as you could get. Finland.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Like
Which
it-
explains
all of our
explains
property has finished
being in
all
the
over
UP.
it. Yeah, no, it's all of our
keep cold.
properties up there have the farm gate at our the gate to our farm, I should say, is in Finnish. It's our last name, our Finnish last name, and then a little bit more of it. It basically means the Pines Farm.
Nice.
And then
That's cool as fuck.
like we're Finnish as shit where we have a lavu. I don't know if you guys ever heard of what a lavu is.
It sounds familiar.
I
What you need?
gotta basically look up probably the definition for it, but it's that I sent you guys the video of it, that guest house looking thing on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a multi-purpose room outside of a main house. So I don't know what they would actually call it, or like what the definition of it is, but it's guessing a Finnish thing since my grandpa did it. He was 100% Finnish, but
Hell yeah.
yeah, no, the UP is not the relocated South.
Although
Where we're at.
It
in
makes
Well,
Michigan,
I mean, Grand Rapids is the Bible Belt. People it is part of the Bible Belt that goes.
Is it
north.
really?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
interesting.
No, I will say this is that when Meredith and I spent 3 weeks up in the UP, we were expecting because we go up around Roscommon,
Yeah.
and you go up certain parts of the state, and it is that you can understand why they vote red.
Yep.
But I think we saw more rainbow flags than we saw
Really?
Trump signs when
Yeah.
we were in the UP.
Yeah, it's a much more accepting. Like it's basically if you took Washington and they had conservative values. Is
I'm
kind of what you
surprised
get.
by
up
that.
there.
Well, Washington has conservative values
Yeah.
outside of fucking like
Portland.
Tacoma.
Yeah.
The city
well,
centers.
Portland's in
They're
Oregon.
the type
Oh,
of people
but
that
it's
are
okay.
more like
Seattle.
Difference, yeah.
Same
Seattle.
shit.
Like if you meet them, like most of the people up there, that like, no one's really gonna be against it, but it's kind of like the vibe of like, hey, not against it, you do you, but not my thing.
Yeah, leave me
Like-
the fuck alone. I leave
And then
the
you
fuck
do have a
alone,
lot
yeah.
of support up there because you do have the nature and
Yeah.
the Wheaties box, or not Wheaties box folks, the granola folk up there.
It's
Granola.
true. Yeah, there
Yeah.
are a lot of hippies. There are a lot of
you have a lot of hippie
yeah.
movement up there.
relocated hippies who
I mean,
were like,
Interesting.
yeah, just
There's
go
an
up there,
entire
people leave you
magic
alone.
mushroom hunting culture up there too, which I
Ooh,
found out about,
that's
which
cool.
is kind of crazy to hear about.
You
That's
also have
sick.
you have Marquette, which is what the biggest city up there,
Yeah.
and that has
Fucking love
northern.
Marquette.
Yeah,
That has northern, and most of your college towns are going to tend to be liberal.
and it's
Houghton Hancock has tech,
Yep.
and that Houghton Hancock I think is there's a few parts in the UP I still need to go to, but if I was going to live somewhere and it wasn't in the Keweenaw,
Yeah.
it would be Houghton Hancock.
Oh yeah.
It's just
sweet.
such a cool little.
My
like,
brother
twin
works
city.
right on. So you know that bridge where you go across to go to Hancock from Houghton?
Yeah.
Yep.
He works just to the left of that bridge in that brick building. That's the old, like, I think it's an old dam building or something like that. But he works right over there. So
Oh,
every
hell yeah.
morning he wakes up and drives to work, drives over that bridge, gets to look over up towards
That's
the Quincy
cool.
mine.
Yep.
Just he
That's
sent a
so
picture the other
sick.
day. Northern Michigan. What the fuck? Like,
Damn.
might want to redact the.
Oh, weren't they talking about
Oh.
they wanted to start launching rockets back off of the old test site up there?
Yes.
The what now?
Yeah, there is.
There's
a
a
rocket
rocket
pad.
launch pad.
Yeah.
Up
What's
in,
got,
up in
like,
the
what kind of
Keweenaw.
rockets? Like ballistic?
No, they were
No,
satellite launchers,
Okay.
I
Like,
believe.
yeah,
and
it's-
I don't
it
even
is, yeah.
think at that time they were launching satellites. They
Okay.
were just trying to get them up
Yeah,
there.
it was more of a like, hey, booster out. If it goes anywhere, it's gonna go into Superior. We don't have to worry about it.
Like that one
thing.
Hellfire we shot at the balloon?
Yeah,
Shoot a $250,000 missile at a weather balloon, or whatever that was.
give a kid a fucking Red Rider and he fucking go take it out.
What was that? For like a while, there was like 4 fucking major balloon stories, and it just stopped.
They stopped telling Joe Biden.
It was probably North Korea sending
They-
fucking balloons
okay.
over.
The shit
I
filled
mean, the
balloons.
Japanese.
Yeah.
So the Japanese sent over balloon bombs in
Yeah.
World War II, and you know where they hit? Washington,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
and they would drop little munitions.
Interesting.
Japan's the only country to ever actually
Successfully
invade the U.S. that once we were established. They invaded a portion of Alaska, and then we dropped the sun on them twice, so no one's done it since. But
they fuck with the boats.
yeah, we were like, okay, you come
They
our
touched my
land, fuck around
floaters.
that way, get the fuck off, shoo off. But then you touch the boats, you're gonna find out. You're gonna invent Hello Kitty after this.
There's
Little do you know.
If you go on like the Snap map, it shows you, like what season or like the color of like the leaves in like certain areas now. Over in Nagasaki, there's a great like tree with like orange leaves for the fall.
It looks
Top
like a
down
mushroom
view,
cloud.
it looks like a mushroom cloud though. Yeah.
What is
Oh,
the snap
no.
map?
If you go to like Snapchat.
Oh no, you've lost me. I don't even want to hear about it.
Yeah. You can basically check in like where like your friends are, and you can sort of see like stories of people who have like public accounts across the world, and sort of see like what's going on in Africa or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time I used Snapchat, I think I would have been like 26, and I know I only sent pictures
I've
of my
even stopped
dick.
using it. I haven't. Yeah, I haven't used it since high school myself.
Balls
honestly.
up.
And if
Balls up.
anything's to be believed, Demo got a Snapchat at the restaurant or something, or while we were on a hike, yeah, and he
He's
saw his
talking to
roommates.
women.
He saw his roommate's dick and balls.
Never mind. He's
So-
not talking to women.
No, he is. He is.
That's
I know, I
like
know.
proper. You see your
Now he
roommate's
is.
dick and balls.
It took me like 2 months of me bullying him for him to fucking get on that shit.
Oh, you went for it?
That's my next crusade. We're stopping this thing of being afraid of females. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
It's a fun joke, but
It's
like,
fun.
Yeah.
It's no longer an excuse.
No, not at all.
Talk to them.
I'm married
Supposed
and
to
I'm
were
still afraid of
ironically.
females. I'm not-
I got one.
I mean, unless they're autistic.
All right. You can be afraid of one female if it's your female. then it's right to be afraid of them. But as pack animals, there's no reason to fear them.
As pack animals? Do they hunt in packs?
Some of them do, I
believe
think.
it.
So I've heard.
Believe it. At bike night?
There are some. You went to bike night. You took a few pics.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I gotta
The
get
first
back.
girl I walked up to ask for pictures, like she put her Instagram on my phone, and then
What bike did she have?
Fuck if I know. I don't remember.
Was that chick on the? Was it a Busa?
Oh,
Maybe. Shit. I don't know. She had like 30,000 fucking followers, so I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
The only one I know, and the only reason I know is like we all sort of hang out in like a circle with the same like 4 or 5 dudes. She's the only chick that really hangs out with us, and we hang around with her because her ex is Royal Oak cop, and so we sort of get the heads up when stupid stuff's about to come down.
What's
so,
her name?
No, I honestly don't even know half the names of the guys in
If
the
I
group.
showed you the
I don't know
picture,
her
would you
names.
Is the
know?
cop still
Probably.
hard up for her?
Hold on.
I
I'm
don't-
pretty sure I'm
that's
hanging
the
out
only
with
reason
her
why you'd ever
tomorrow.
continue talking to somebody. I feel like.
I've had, I mean,
I'm
I
fairly
I
confident.
will
I don't
say-
talk to
there
him anymore,
tomorrow.
but I've had mutually, beneficial breakups.
I will say
and
whenever
stuff.
I break up, whenever I had broken up with someone, it's just like. Nah,
Would you recognize her helmet?
I don't think so.
No, we'll
The
find
bike, I
out.
would. I'm autistic like that. I remember people by their cars and their bikes.
You would definitely have liked.
Because that sounds like way too
the
familiar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sure
you
it
had-
sounds
you,
like
oh,
it.
there were just so many. There's Ducati. I mean,
Oh,
there's
nice.
just shit
There's also a
everywhere. Indian.
McLaren up in one of these used car lots. Yeah, I'll have to take
Sounds
that
like,
out.
Sounds
But
like we need to boost that.
it's right next to like a new C8, like a bright orange McLaren.
buy a
It's in the
tablet.
shitty used car lot. I was like, what happened here? This is the same lot that had not one, not two, but 3 matching like cherry red NA Miatas just next to each other. Very cool. One had a hard top too.
Oh, the hardtop Miata.
Pretty neat.
Sweet.
Probably rental cars for music video shoots, or
See
or
that.
Not
or,
bad,
or
yeah.
when
got a shit ton of pictures
Nouveau
right
Rich
there.
wanna impress.
Because she told me her ex was a cop.
I bet a
I
bunch of
think
them
this
have
is her bike.
exes who are police officers, sir.
Yeah, I'm doing another shoot with her tomorrow.
That is because I recognize the anime bike behind
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that dude's hilarious.
He was cool as fuck.
I forget which branch he was in. He served for a minute as well. But this dude has like a brand new Harley Road Glide, wrapped it matte green with like the A10 like warthog like teeth and
Yeah.
eyes, and then just stickers of waifus and anime chicks all over it, and
It's
it
funny
pisses
as
off
fuck.
every single
I
Harley rider
loved
that
it.
ever sees it. It's so funny when he turns it on. It says something in some like in Japanese in some super high pitched like chick voice.
Holy shit.
It's the funniest fucking thing. I mean, homeboy's got a problem. Don't get me wrong, but it's such a meme bike. It's so funny.
Most Harley riders are dicks.
It's true, dude. I watch
What did
reels
South Park call
of
him?
people trying to. People trying to pass them, and these old fucks just throwing like a fit. I'm like, I don't care if you're patched. I don't care if you're in like a gang or a club, or whatever. Like,
Yeah, that stuff stopped.
you're so,
in the
it's so
60s.
fucking stupid. Yeah, like relax. People, if you're,
Oh no, it's
it's
still a
stupid.
thing.
I know it's a
Oh,
thing,
yeah,
but it's
still-
stupid.
still thing. Certain patches you don't want to fuck with. I
Yeah.
I
guarantee
know.
you.
Banditos.
Outlaws,
Outlaws.
Mongols, Hell's
Yeah.
Angels.
There's a huge Hell's
There's-
Angels ride when I was coming back from
Mhm.
Ohio a couple months ago. Like massive, like the whole rest stop was basically taken over. Pretty sweet, but Britt was like, "I want to talk to him." I was like, "Let's get in the car."
We should just.
I was like, I'm
What
sure,
do you
I'm
have
sure
in a
they're
chat?
nice.
What do you want to chat about?
I'm sure they're nice, but I'm not really sure how much you're going to be able to relate to these guys, and vice
Maybe they only
versa.
want one thing. What is like the motorcycle club from Michigan that's most well known?
The Fifth Reich. I'm not even kidding. It's a real club in Michigan.
Yeah, they're in Berkeley.
No shit.
There's the Gentleman. That's one I know.
No. So there are, I guarantee you, there are probably a lot of chapters, but if you're gonna look at like the Midwest, you see you're probably gonna see more outlaws than anything else.
Yeah.
You can see roadmen, you can see penetrators, you can see iron coffins. I mean, there are a lot of these clubs that think they're gonna be 1%ers. If you see a 1%er patch, that's when you have to worry, and they usually
Yeah.
wear it right about here because that's the 1% of all motorcycle riders are patched into outlaw motorcycle clubs. Not the outlaws, but just a
Yeah.
outlaw motorcycle club.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a, what are the couple groups that decide that? It's like
They don't decide that.
Oh,
They
it's
just,
you just
I
throw it
mean,
on?
yeah. Well,
I thought there
mean,
was like an agreement where like the Banditos, the Hell's Angels.
Oh
and
no,
like a couple other clubs
you're
like,
big
hey,
enough.
we're-
You're big enough where they're not. I mean, if they come by and say you can't wear that 1%, it's fuck you. You know. I
Yeah.
mean, these are Knights of the Road, who are a club, and they roll, and they're cool. Some of them are cool. Some of them probably massive pricks and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't all engage in the same activities that these 1%er clubs will. But yeah, I mean, in Michigan, Outlaws. Harley owner group, the Hogs, that's probably the biggest patch, the biggest patch
I'm a hog.
crew in Michigan.
That's
They give
so
you a
tough.
they give you a patch when you buy a Harley, don't they?
I bought mine used. I don't know.
Yeah, they should
Should've
give you
asked the guy
a
for the
Harley owner
fucking
group
patch.
patch.
He got his. I mean, I bought mine with like only 2,000 miles on it. Dude, Harley
That's
rode
solid.
it, then bought like a new Ram and was trying to sell it during the pandemic.
I want one, but I'd die.
I want a dirt bike
I would like a
or
dirt bike as well.
a e-bike.
I think e-bike's the way to
Well,
go.
mountain e-bike thing.
Since you're around, like, you will get more use of it riding around the city, dude. Just ride it like you would a normal bicycle. Cop wants to give you shit. Just be like, okay. Yes, sir.
Just
Fuck no.
ghost pedal.
Fuck dog.
Or
I'm
just
gonna
run
run
from
from them. I'm
Yeah.
gonna run from them.
Yeah, they're not going to catch you on one of these e-bikes, especially if it's got an aftermarket controller and shit. They do 70 miles an hour. And you can go down a singles track.
Yeah, well,
You're
when
getting
I
done.
when I jump the curb and drive through the playground,
True.
yeah, you're not gonna be following me.
off the slide.
Depends on
100%.
how far south on Woodward the playground is, though. They may have no problem driving through some of those.
This is true.
That's true.
No, I've been wanting one of those e-bikes. I've never really
Their kind
to
of
ride
pipe
it,
dream
but-
was just selling them.
Were they?
Yeah, they had a few for sale. I don't know how
Oh,
they
wow.
got them, but
Yeah, like one of the ones that have like aftermarket controllers don't like where you can upgrade them
I had a guy at work buy one. He used
because
to
they're
take it
allowed
to
on
Woodward to
a
work.
lot of DNR trails now.
Interesting.
Believe it or not.
Legally or
They count
just
as a mobility device.
Huh.
They have 3 classes of them now versus like pedaling, not pedaled, max
Well,
mile per hour.
yeah.
And some of the trails are designated where like you can drive a class 2, which I think class 2 is no
pedal
pedals.
assist. I think it's the pedal assist.
Well, I think it's no. Class 1 is pedal assist up to 28, I think, and then class 2 is no pedals up to 28, and then class 3 is past 28, no pedals. It doesn't matter. It's just like they're called hyper bikes, is what they're calling them.
Interesting.
But no thermal signature is like a cool factor about them, and then
They're quiet as shit.
quiet
Yeah,
as
yeah,
shit.
They're cool.
And you can make them quieter than they are just based on like how you set the chain, and like you can change sprockets for quieter sprockets and all sorts of stuff. They go fast as fuck for no reason. And a little 1.7
They
like
fucking rip.
inch and 3/4 tire just fucking ripping at 70s. Like I don't think it's meant for that, but
Fuck it. Everything. It's like I've gone down that rabbit hole, so I'm trying to find a truck, primarily for my next car, and then I end up getting dragged down the rabbit hole of bikes somehow.
mm-hmm.
And then I try to get back on track with trucks, and I'm like, how about WRX? That would work.
Just get a Baja, man. Just get a suit.
I know. I'm trying to get something new, though. I've had 10, 15, 20-year-old cars my whole life. I like something kind of nice. I like the old stuff, don't get me wrong, but...
The new Priuses actually don't look. They don't look terrible.
And it's not supposed to be as slow. So I've heard. I think they've tapped into a little bit of like the performance hybrid side with the new
Yeah.
Prius, but
Like that Volvo, that plug-in hybrid Volvo. is
oh, the
fast as
Polestars.
fuck.
Yeah, the Polestars.
Those are
sweet.
pretty quick. They're quicker than a Mustang.
I would love. I think it's the XC or SC60, that like the sedan,
Yep, that's what.
real fancy
the guys I
looking
work with
ones.
had
Yeah,
one of
those are
those.
sweet.
Super fast. You get like 40 miles of range, which is all you need if you're just commuting with it.
True.
Especially if you work at a place where you can plug it in, which imagine where you work, they have that.
If they do, it's nowhere near where I park.
Unfortunately.
You probably
That's
get
probably
front
because
row
it's in the
parking now.
CEO
True.
parking.
Yeah.
You might be able to
There's
transfer.
2 guys with Cybertrucks though at my work.
Of course,
oddly
there
enough.
fucking is.
One of them wrapped his
Yeah.
blue. The other one wrapped his black, I think. Could be wrong. It's alarming though how many Cybertrucks are like in not only in this state but just in this general area, given
Yeah,
how
This
many were
area,
made.
Yeah.
I haven't
like, it's a
seen
shocking
one stay in the
number.
lane yet. They're doing
No,
lines like they're Colombian. It's
They're
fucking
bad,
ridiculous.
but the new EV Hummer drivers are worse.
Oh boy, those
They're bad.
those EV Hummers are gross as fuck.
They
like,
look
what?
gross. They weigh like, what, 6 tons or something?
Flatten you.
And the worst drivers are behind them, and they'll just run you over and turn you to dust, and they'll have no idea they did
It's like
it.
Altima's got affordable.
The hood Altimas, man.
Is
It's
that-
so consistent.
Did you send that?
I sent
I
that.
could.
Oh, you
Somebody
said
you
that?
said it. You said it. Yeah.
It literally, every day you're on the freeway, one is just constantly trying to break the sound barrier. And it's getting off in the same exit as you,
God,
too.
honest attempted it though.
At least,
That-
at least it's not the Honda Civic.
Yeah, I don't like a Civic. I don't mind a Civic.
Yeah, until they're like tuned, but they're not tuned right. They're just tuned to shit.
They're just
And-
gonna
yeah. Yep.
Waking
You're
up the
riding
neighborhood, yeah.
Sounds like a retarded weed whipper.
insert Indian popular song as they're cruising by. Sounds like it's
I worked-
Kawasaki.
I worked with a Chaldean kid in the kitchen who had a Civic, and he had hater vision, is what he called it. He had installed a monitor, a little TV, in the trunk, so that the car behind you could watch something.
Oh, stop.
I kid you not.
Holy
I,
shit.
I rolled up my first day, and I'm like, so who's driving that fucking shitbox Honda Civic with what I think is a screen in the back? He's like, me. He ended up
He
being
was
cool
so
as shit.
excited.
Oh, he was. He's like, I call it hater vision because I'll put something on so the car behind me can watch some shit. This was very much like Pimp My Ride era and whatnot, and I was like, I understand you. I understand
Was this
you.
where you had to like whip out a fucking DVD and like from the driver's seat throw it into the passenger?
Oh
glove box?
no! At this point, you had you had the you could put
MP4s or
you could put it
something?
in, but you had a screen that came like out of the radio, so you could watch
Oh,
it
yeah,
in your.
yeah.
Because I also had a buddy who did that to his shitbox Geo Metro,
Classic car.
and then he would
Classic.
put he would have like a kicker and a
Yeah.
woofer in the back,
Yeah.
and he would roll up to your house and he would have porn in. So he would roll up to
Stupendous.
porn sounds, and he would have it just rattling that motherfucker.
Oh my god.
I remember
What
one time the
happened to
brakes
Geo?
went out on that.
They only made the Metro and the Tracker, right?
Oh, and you missed it because who here remembers Monster Garage?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember when they turned that Geo Tracker into a fucking hot air balloon?
Nope.
All right, yeah. So that
I was
like
just
one of
thinking
the
how
first
cool a Geo
episodes.
Tracker technical would be, but
Dude, those things rip through the fucking snow.
yeah.
It is nuts. Just,
No.
But you have
You
to be
put a-
wide open
Put a
throttle
saw
all
or
the
a
time.
50 on the back of a tracker. That'd be
No way,
sick.
you put
ISIS
an
wouldn't stand
M2
a
on the
chance.
you put an M2 on the back of that thing and firing
You'd flip
it
it over.
firing it will make that thing reverse. You would just be gone.
Oh, the
That's why
wheelbase
you
is so
put
short you
two
could
of
probably
them.
flip it though, honestly.
Probably.
You put two of them so you can reach neutral. You need overdrive, tow missile.
Point them in both in the same direction.
Hey, if the transmission sucks and you lose reverse, just both
The
machine
Geo
guns.
Metro was literally a roller skate with a fucking engine.
Yeah.
And I think it would have even been a two-stroke. It would have been a two-stroke. Those
Those
things
cars
were,
look abysmal, I will
those
say.
things
They
were
look like
not
Soviet
safe.
era
I don't know,
cars.
they were not safe.
That was a dark time for American car manufacturing.
When I was in high school, we had a Corvair,
Yeah.
the car that was unsafe at any
That's right,
speed.
that's right.
The Ross Perot car. We had one of those to fuck around with, and it was a wagon. And I was like, a wagon with a fucking with the engine in the
Mm-hmm.
back. This thing just had to rip rear wheel drive. I was stoked. I wanted it out on the road and whatnot. And then I found out about like all these things. They were like
Oh,
the Crown.
fucking
They were like
die.
the Crown Vics of the early
Yeah.
2000s. Anytime
Yeah.
you got into a rear, a fender bender, you would blow up.
Or the Pintos.
The Pintos, yeah.
Then you had what was the Yugo was the car that got lifted off the Mackinac Bridge and tossed into the water.
What?
With the heavy set woman inside of it.
Yeah.
Wait, why is that? Was that actually part of like the story?
That she was a heavy set woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Her
interesting.
dog died.
This is all news to me. I've never heard this.
You haven't heard this?
You think it drowned?
Wait, the heavyset woman
It got
lived?
squished.
No, she
I don't
died.
know the story.
Oh.
There's no way that you live.
Well, he
being-
said the dog
No,
died.
I
You
thought
just mentioned
she
there was a
lived.
heavyset
The dog
woman.
in the car died, though.
No, I'm almost 100% certain she was dead. That's quite a bit of a fucking fall in a Yugo.
That's true.
Maybe the dog broke her fall.
That's why the dog died.
How do you fit? Never mind.
I've seen.
Nah.
We've seen some shit.
Trust me, test driving these trucks, the left, like, I guess, cheek support pad, for lack of a better term,
The bucket
blown
seat?
out in every seat I've sat in so far. Even the 2018s. I'm like, okay, I know.
That's because they haven't been. You see, they need to go back to bench seats for American drivers now.
A lot of
because we're
the
too
ones that are
fat.
made for work crews are. Yeah, they still have bench seats to
Really?
cram as many workers in as possible.
Yeah, I got a bench
Are those
seat.
Six
the
seats.
Mexican editions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a bench seat. I like a bench seat.
Yeah, bench seats are sexy. You can slide the fuck over
Yeah.
and shit. You get to do cool stuff.
No obstructions for road
Suicide
head.
doors?
I can throw the middle thing down and cover whatever I want in the middle seat.
Dude, I got my truck. I got the
Sandwich it in
fucking
there.
fold down, the roadhead fold down,
Yeah,
little
yeah.
vest thing.
Yeah.
Fucking.
How come we don't have suicide doors on cars anymore?
My extended cab has one,
It is.
technically.
Mental health awareness is important.
Oh, the last car that really had it was the Mazda RX-8.
Yep.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little 1.8 liter rotary or
Rotary,
whatever it
that was just a time bomb.
Then Rob Dom's out here just making demons.
Yeah.
That thing is nuts. He just got his first 9-second pass in that thing, and he's like, "Yeah, I did half throttle. It kept losing traction. It's all-wheel drive, half throttle, and you lost traction and ran a 9. Okay, cool.
The Ferrari driver at the saloon today, who couldn't pull his car out of the parking spot because it was too much pedal for him, and I'm
Oh.
almost certain that he would have just smoked an entire row of bikes. Demo had to go wave him. He had to go direct him. And the dude was still afraid. Demo's like, "You're clear. You could fucking gun it."
That's
and
the
the guy was
thing. You stick your hand out. Give me money.
You know what kind of Ferrari it was?
No
no,
idea.
because I don't give a shit about.
Newer, older?
I mean, it was brand new.
All right.
Yeah.
Brand new, because there was the brand new Maserati, and there was I forget what that yellow one that took off was, but I think it was like a Corvette. I mean, it's all brand new supercars, just
It was a Corvette, yeah.
Interesting.
driven by old white dudes
Yeah. White New Balance and jean shorts.
who don't even know how to
White dudes
drive
for
'em.
Harris.
Who can't drive them?
Be nice to have one of those.
Yeah, I'd love
At the same time,
Corvette.
no. Like, how much is an oil change? Yeah, go.
That's the
fuck
thing,
yourself.
right? Like even shopping for cars, like I'll come across like a nice deal on like something like that, right? And then, or not something like that, but it'll be like like one of the Porsche SUVs or like the Audi SUVs, and it's like, oh, if like the suspension goes, it's like 3 times more than a truck. Oh, an oil change is like $200. Like no thanks.
Yep.
Telling you, go Toyota.
Yeah.
They're just I mean, you can literally find a part for a Toyota in any country in the world.
That is true.
And a McDonald's.
You can find them in parts in McDonald's. Toyota parts in
No,
McDonald's.
just McDonald's. Any
Oh.
country in the world. Or at least a good portion.
You want
Yeah.
you want to know what I don't have personal experience with this, but just secondhand information is that fast food in Japan fucks.
I will say even in Germany, it does fuck too.
It is not this bullshit that
Right.
they are feeding us here.
Right.
And the Japanese have like the Burger Kings have Scotch bars.
Whoa. That's new.
Sounds like I need a passport.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
I don't understand as Americans we need a passport. You should hear the bald eagle in my voice.
My driver's license. should get
Newsflash,
me
they don't love
anywhere.
us everywhere across the world.
Well,
They
I must have
they want
amnesia
to
because
see
I don't
the
remember
sun?
asking them.
do they want to? I don't know if that's just like a threat you can use. to
Everyone
just
has
be like,
portable
Be
suns
nice
now.
to us.
The ability to drop suns on other countries
got
isn't
the best
exclusive to
suns.
us. We might have been first to do it, but we're definitely not the only
we
ones
don't
who
even have to
can.
drop the sun. We'll drop a telephone pole made of tungsten from space onto you. It'll
That's
have the
true.
same effect.
And it won't even make an explosion. It'll be able to hit you through the passenger door of a car, and you'll be the only one who dies.
Yeah, that fucking knife,
Yeah.
hellfire, or whatever the fuck it was.
That shit was terrifying.
Katana, the katana thing. Yeah.
Yeah, just how do we hurt someone without hurting other people? But we want to use a missile.
I'll tell you how we do it.
It's a flying IED.
It's a flying samurai.
We do it by diverting all taxpayer money to that. And if by some chance one of our 50 states happens to just spontaneously combust or end up underwater, we give all impacted residents $600 to $700 that they may or may not have to pay back. But otherwise, it all goes to developing better ways to kill other people.
And air-to-air refueling.
killing innocent people because
That's
they're
right.
never shot at the, like that school that was converted into a shelter.
Right.
It had to be Hamas. Was a Hamas command center.
That's right.
There's no. Those 15 people who were in there, they may look small. They may look small. Hamas commanders.
All of them.
All of
Heavily
them.
armed. They're eating babies. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
Not Haitian.
Just as well, maybe.
The Italians used to eat dogs and cats.
I believe there's a lot of strays over there.
They also used to side with the Nazis, so...
Yeah, Italy just, like, when the Nazis were doing the thing, Italy was like, we're taking this whole area.
They're like, all right, we're in.
I'm sure if some methed up German on TRT came up to you, you might side with them too.
Are they sharing?
Superman, oh my god.
Are they sharing the meth?
They eventually.
It's a pyramid scheme. You got to get in early, so you can't blame them.
Now they give them Phenibut. It's not Adderall. It's not meth. We're going to give you Phenibut. And you're going to be able to stay up for 24 hours and smoke motherfuckers on your hit list. That's what
Be
they
able to
give.
sustain yourself on the blood of your enemies.
And then they found that platoon of soldiers just in the woods making out with trees. Because they didn't do any of the things they told them it was going to do.
We studied all of it. We studied, we trained. It's been 2 weeks. That's all we need.
That's a curvy fucking tree.
Speaking of the Germans, I'm rewatching Preacher, and if anybody remembers when Arseface goes to hell,
Yep.
it's Hitler that gets him out. And I will tell you what, the character actor they got to do Hitler, spot fucking on.
Yeah, it
Really?
is spot on.
Fucking on.
Really?
There are some parts where you're like,
Kind of feel bad for him.
go Hitler. Oh yeah. Oh, there's 100 parts where you're like, he's a good guy. But yeah, then he gets back to Earth and you find out he is actually a piece of shit.
Yep.
You sound like some of the Mexicans. You know what? He might have had some good ideas. What is it with the Mexicans siding with Hitler now? What is this? I see the memes of this all the time.
People from Argentina probably moved north.
I guess.
No. Well, South America was a haven for a lot of Nazi
I knew
criminals
that.
after World War II.
Well, specifically, I'm hearing Mexico has a lot of enthusiasts of an interesting doctrine.
I mean, what do they have against the Jews?
I
I haven't
not
seen these
necessarily be
memes.
Jew hate.
I haven't
but
seen these memes.
I haven't either.
I'm not in these groups that they kick me out. They don't send me their choicest memes.
You're not around long enough to understand the state of affairs.
I wish. I really wish they would just let me just hang out in their group chats. And
Part of
talk
me
shit.
wanted to buy that like Nazi youth like passport card just so you can honeypot some of those fuckers with it. Have them
That
show up
would've
to a
been
field, a circle of
insane.
truck lights just
You guys
light up
got
around
this?
them, and then it's on.
You guys got this card? No.
Came for this, and then
Fucking
just,
fakers.
just 100 like lights light up around them.
Well, I'll be up in his neck of the woods at the end of November.
It shouldn't be too hard to find. He seems like a pretty loud and proud individual.
Yeah.
Nah, he probably stays in his fucking basement.
Using his
Watching
fake
T-Rex
drum,
arms videos.
playing Halo ODST.
And fetishizing about the Romans for some reason.
To the amount of Crusaders out there now is just fucking. It's kind of just getting funny again, like funnier every day. You're like, what you? Okay, go for it, dude. Like,
Interesting take.
Just because the imagery is cool
yeah,
to all these to
Are
these
you good on
people,
whiskey?
I'm good.
Okay.
but they don't. I don't
Thank you,
think they haven't looked too far into like it's like all this like Roman fetishism amongst like these like the protector class
Yeah.
of people, these like sheepdogs, and they're like it's like they used to bugger each other all the time
This is true.
because they were sequestered and weren't allowed.
They kissed the homies goodnight.
They were yes, they did. They weren't allowed to hang out with the general populace.
Right.
So most warrior cultures have a tendency to go that way.
Except for the sheiks that I know of.
I don't even know if they're real.
The Sikhs.
Or
The
Sikhs.
little turban guys who
Yeah.
wear the little bracelet.
Sheiks from Super Smash Bros.
Okay, Sikhs.
Yeah.
Well, and I think Sheiks are also
They
like
carry a
they're like the,
Punjab, which is a ceremonial fighting knife.
yeah. They
Yep.
and they feed. You can go to a Sikh temple and you can get fed twice a day.
Whoa.
Yep. No, it's actually a badass fucking, like, in terms of religions, they're pretty fucking, they basically defended northern India from Pakistan for
No shit.
hundreds of years.
They're the Gurkhas.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay.
If you heard of the Gurkhas, they are the Gurkhas. There's a story of one dude like they completely like trained to Busaning an entire fucking like train car full of fucking like Indian dudes or some shit just because they like touched a chick or something. He was like, nah, I'm gonna take my fucking machete
Real life John
out
Wick.
and
Yeah.
my kukri and fucking go to town.
Brown John
Yeah,
Wick.
they're
Steal a
fucking
splash
badass.
Of your scotch if you got enough left to spare. I'm curious to see what you got. What do you got there?
It's the Glenlivet 12 illicit still.
Speaking
Been a
of, what are
while.
we all smoking on?
Good Clark beer.
I was gonna say, how was your blue label?
It was fantastic. It was a decent pull. It was pretty mild.
Cohiba Blue Label.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
This, I forget what it is. It's one of the 20 or so Cubans I brought back from Germany last year. So my favorite cigar of all time is a Qdorsy number 50. It's a Cuban, and it's the first cigar I got like actual dried fruit flavor out of. Like it was
nice.
stupendous. So I bought a box of those, and these are, the name escapes me. I'll have to look it up. But regardless, both this box and the Qdorsy box, even this one after sitting in the humidor for about a year, not impressed.
No.
Not a whole lot of flavor. Struggle with the draw. It's 50-50 on staying well lit. I just feel bad tossing them because like they're Cubans, obviously. But I am believing the rumors that the soil's just been so overturned there
Yeah.
that they're not, the tobacco's not what it used to be there.
Nicaragua?
Nicaragua's,
It's supposed
yeah,
to be
that's
top
it
tier
now.
right now.
Yep, that's the place to be. But yeah, this has been just so. It's nothing special, which is a bummer. But how's your champagne? Your champagne, the cigar.
Oh, I was like, I was thinking of the drink. I was like, who the fuck are you talking
I
to?
know exactly what
It
you're
is
thinking
not
about.
Sunday, and I don't have a mimosa. What
I
are
just
you
took the
talking
first
about?
one he handed to me, and I was like, oh, it was pretty good. I
do
mean,
like
I haven't
those.
smoked a cigar in fucking forever. To
I
be
know this
honest
is my
with you.
first one in fucking. I had only small ones when I was in Germany, but other than that, I haven't had a real one in a while.
Oh, those Perdomo champagnes.
Yeah.
I really like that Connecticut wrapper.
Yeah.
That lighter. Gets a little creamy. I don't like the dark oily ones.
Have you had like the broad, like the broadleaf is like the really really dark. I found those are almost like sweet though. I like those a lot. They're nice.
I mean, I think it's hit and miss. I
It
think
is,
it's
yeah.
depending. It depends a lot on what's also in the filler and
Yeah.
the binder and whatnot.
The Partagas Black Label. That's broadleaf. That's very good. And the budget version of that would be like the Vegas 5 broadleaf. Real dark. They look scary, but they're not spicy. They're not gonna blow your head off. They're just very smooth, sweet. They're nice.
My biggest hit and miss is Alec Bradley.
I've had a lot of issues with Alec Bradley over the past couple of years. I've had boxes of the Prensados, which are supposed to be 96, 97 rated, super high rated. Don't get anything from them. The only Alec Bradley I've liked is the Gatekeeper.
And that's what I was just gonna say
Yeah.
because I had the Blind Faith.
Yeah.
I think that was the one I had last Saturday,
Yep.
and I just wasn't impressed with it.
Gatekeeper's great, I will
The
say.
Gatekeeper is phenomenal.
Does Alec Bradley do Project 40? I think they
I think
might.
they do. Yeah.
That's also very good, I
Is
will
it?
say. I've had that recently. Those are excellent cigars.
I had one of their barber pole ones. I wasn't
I
impressed.
haven't had a single barber pole I've been impressed with, regardless of the brand. I've had the Buffalo Trace ones. I've had I don't know if they're called the Dirty Bastard. They're like the Irish like branded ones. I've had those.
I had one of those. It was not.
Got nothing from those. I've
not
had
good.
the Pappy Van Winkle one as well. Nothing. Any whiskey branded cigar, any Barber Pole cigar. I've tried probably half a dozen of each, and I haven't had one where I'm like, that was good, and I'd smoke that again.
Perdomo. My father. I think my father's just been blowing.
Yeah.
I mean, everything I've had from them.
I have a
great.
La Bijou, I think 1942, whatever, or something by my father, like one of their top of the line ones. It's been sitting in there for a year. I'm just waiting for some reason to bust that out. But
I'm waiting for Holtz or something. Somebody to send me a discount code for a box of fucking Judge. My father's a Judge.
Yeah.
And the little box press guys, these little.
Yes.
It's just perfect. I think it's probably my favorite cigar.
Those are great. I think it's Arturo Fuente who makes them. But oh wow, that's pretty. The labels on these are great.
Oh,
Yeah,
the labels are
spectacular.
always. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thick boy. I want to say it's Fuente. I could be wrong.
Arturo Fuente.
Maybe it's him. Maybe it's somebody else who makes it. But it's called The Judge, and it's red label, black and white, almost looks like a Walking Dead, like almost screenshot. But dude holding a huge revolver out the label. Excellent smoke. They made a Judge 2 with like an AR sort of style wrapper, some chick holding it. It's more of a Connecticut wrapper though.
Yeah.
Something like that one, but also good smoke. But yeah, Barber Poles, whiskey brands, not a fan of. Perdomo, 20th anniversary, Maduro, love those. The Bone Shaker Tombstone specifically, those have been great. Very cheap too. You can buy those.
Is Bone Shaker the brand?
Yeah.
The company.
Yeah, box press, similar to that, not as thick as the Judge. But the Bone Shaker Tombstones are great. And then yeah, I mean big. And then AJ Fernandez does a they do everything, but what is it called? San Latano Oval Maduro, dark wrapper, but very well balanced, like nutty, savory with some spice. It's very very good. Those are like my current faves.
Everything I've gotten from my cigar pack. Because I ordered like a little sampler pack from them and got some weird stuff. But it was all good. And then Tobac. Tobac tobacco or tactical tobacco. Those Subdefs, I probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, they're solid.
It's a great size, great flavor, great smoke.
Cool label on that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The palm.
I almost
palm tree.
wish I would have gone full in on a box of my own.
How much were boxes of those?
120, 140?
Yeah, it was right
Box
around
of 20?
120, I think.
Yeah, I think it was like 160 with shipping and all.
Yeah.
That's not bad for a box of 20.
It was a box of 10.
Box of 10.
Yeah, I think it was.
For
about
So you're looking at
160.
I think it was like $13 or $14 a
All right.
cigar. Which
Which
is,
sold
I mean, that's not
individually is
too
probably
far
somewhere around
outside
I
of.
typically find diminishing returns starts at about $10, $11 a stick.
Yep.
But again, the Perdomos you'll find for more than that, and I'm more than willing to pay that. It all depends. Like the American Montecristos, I've had really shit luck with. The only ones I like are, and they're consistently good, they're the white label that come in like the aluminum like tubes.
Oh, yep.
So you can buy boxes of like the actual tubos, like in the aluminum tubes. Those are great. Or even the singles you can buy. Those, I don't know if it's by nature of them being in the tube and staying sealed or what, but I found that those have been the best out of all the Montecristos in the U.S.
Not a big Monte Cristo fan.
I'm not either. I'll never reach for them. If I need something new and I'm sort of looking through my dad's 7-story humidor, I'll steal a few of those. But I got my dad for Father's Day, God, it was years ago now. On April Fool's, Asylum always makes some stupid fucking cigar. They made one that was like this big around, like this fucking long,
Fucking
like a 24-hour smoke basically. I bought him one of those. I'm like, one day I'm gonna light that up, just for shits and giggles.
How much did that cost you?
It was like $20 or something.
Oh, okay.
Nothing crazy. I think they
It's
realized
just
no one's actually
Marlboro.
gonna smoke this whole fucking thing. They're gonna be
It's just
here.
the inside of a Marlboro Red inside there.
Just 3 packs of cigs just stuffed into a cigar wrapper.
A banana leaf.
Winston's. Yeah.
Yes.
Packs of Winston's.
Yes.
Yep. Pall Malls.
Virginia Slims.
Oh, dude,
No.
we were at fucking the cider mill today, and again, the people there. I don't know if it was by nature of being in Rochester or what. Just the most miserable
Good people watching.
2 stories. First one, this was a little less crazy, but still, it just made me laugh. Like, there's a sea of people just walking through, you know, outside of, like, the farm, you know, you get your cider, your donuts, you're going to walk around, sit, you know, walk the trail, whatever. Walking out of there, some dude in a hoodie and shades with the fattest blunt just walking around openly. I was like, that is a wild look at the cider mill. Just
White
just
guy?
crazy. Just one dude. Just,
White guy?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Just hood up, shades on, and just the
Flip-flops?
Babe hoodie.
I was just so fixated on the blunt. I was like,
I'm gonna stereotype him.
put your shades on, you look just like him.
No. Did he have a lanyard for his keys?
Dude, I was so fixated on the size of the blunt in his mouth. I
Hit a
couldn't
Lost
believe it. I
Forest
was like, is
lanyard.
that really? I was like, oh man, that guy's really sending it. Good for him. Second, this is zoo. Like, if going into this place on whatever road on the way in it is, there's like
that is the third car in 5 minutes that has not stopped at the
I
stop
roll
sign.
through that stop.
I bet you do.
Yeah, I do.
But you live on the corner.
I do. But it's like when it's like this, you know.
What do you-
No one's there.
You roll through the stop to make what, a right?
Yeah.
Oh, you roll through that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen anybody roll through that one.
No.
It's just
You mean straight across?
I don't even
What's
think
that?
they stuff
You mean
fucking
just like
stop.
shooting
Yeah, oh,
straight
yeah.
I'm a
across?
huge
just
proponent
straight
too.
across
If
rolling
no
it.
one's fucking there, just red lights, just
Yeah.
fucking go right
Where?
there.
This time
In
of the
Detroit?
The
night.
Dearborn effect.
Pontiac.
oh, Pontiac, yeah.
Yeah.
Drive on the sidewalk to get to Habitos.
Anyways, the second story though, it's a 20-minute fucking traffic jam just to get into this place. It's so packed. It's a beautiful day, you know. It's a
It's
Saturday.
such a shitty corner. It's in between 2 roundabouts, and
Yeah,
it's
no,
only a
literally.
2-lane.
Yeah. So we finally hit the first roundabout, and for the main cause of the traffic, yes, is just this sheer amount of people going there and the design of the road. But equally as big of a problem is at that intersection between both roundabouts, right in front of the cider mill. The Oakland County Sheriff feels the need to put a conductor of traffic there rather than letting the signal lights control it. And so my gut says 90% of it is that jackass's fault, not being able to control the flow
What
of
are you
traffic
talking
properly.
about?
Nope.
You pay money to him through your taxes. He
It's-
knows what he's doing.
The entitlement of the drivers in that fucking area. And I guarantee why there's a traffic conductor there who, I mean, shouldn't be there. Because if people could fucking properly drive, there wouldn't have to be a fucking conductor there.
My Escalade needs to be in this lane. Go rock everybody.
Well, there, actually, to your point, here we go. So we pull off and down the main lot, some lot across the street, which is also full. And so there's obviously a line.
Yep.
The line starts a little closer to the entry of the lot because the car in front wants a full view of the lot to catch whatever spot is open next, which makes sense, right? It sucks if you're stuck in the back of the line because you're almost sticking out into the road, but like, thus is the nature of the beast. So the line starts moving very slowly. We're up next, and people are sort of going around the line to like turn around and leave. Mazda cuts around us. We think they're going to turn around, and they slam on the brakes and decide to pull into the spot that we were going to grab next because someone got there. And I go, I'm going to get out and talk to them. But it's like, please don't. And I say, I'm going to talk to them.
I just want to talk.
So I get out,
Just want to have a conversation.
come up on the passenger side, stick my head in. It's just one guy. I'm like, hey. Britt's obviously like mortified. Dude rolls down the window, and honestly, a jump scare. His wife, his girlfriend, whatever, jumps out from the back seat. I don't know why you're in the back seat. And she goes, "No, there's another spot up there we're taking." I was like, "No, like there's only one person like pulling out, and like you can't just cut the line." And some guy like saw me like getting heated with this couple, and he was like, "Hey, I'm leaving. Like you can have like my spot." I was like, "Thanks, whatever."
Jeez.
That ends up, it works out. We get the spot. We obviously get out of our cars at the same fucking time. He comes over. He's like, "Hey man, like I was just trying to turn around." And I was like, "What do you mean? You put your fucking blinker on? You're gonna pull into that fucking spot. You weren't turning around." He's like, "I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to be sorry." I was like, "Fuck off, asshole." Like,
I'm trying to be
whatever.
sorry with this quarter
I
ass
was like,
apology.
you cut me, and you. I don't even think you were the car behind you. You probably cut in front of 2 other people as well. I was like, "Fuck you."
They're probably not a couple anymore.
They had a child, so
No,
I'm
they're
guessing she was in the backseat with the child.
Baby mama
Michigan
drama.
drivers don't use their fucking horns. They need to. Everybody should have to drive in fucking Chicago or fucking New York, because I will tell you what, driving through Chicago, one, in a fucking massive like Chevy Silverado, I'm just like, I'm aggressive as fuck, because you kind of have to be. It's tight. You're honking at car. The light has turned green, and the car in front of you, and you are the 8th car back from the light, and you are honking at the 7th car in the line. It's like, you are sending up the fucking road, man.
Not getting any greener.
Yeah, exactly. That is how it is in Chicago. Everybody will be, the 14th car in the line will be like, let's go.
It's a term of endearment.
People in Michigan
Everyone
need
to
to
hit
fucking
the
take that a
two-step.
little bit to the start.
That's how I am. I mean, honking's mandatory, braking's optional. That's how it is in Jamaica too. I remember. Those fuckers are crazy out there.
Well, they're always crazy anywhere that there isn't massive infrastructure for, automobiles and a plethora of automobiles.
True.
Oh, if you guys don't like fucking bicyclists, you guys should go to a foreign country. You guys are not gonna like that.
You mean free reign?
Free reign.
I got a
I will say,
passport.
again,
Our embassy fights for us.
to the point of, Europe getting some things right, you can just ride your bike through the airport in Germany.
Through the airport?
Yeah.
Shit.
In the terminal, before security, there's people on bikes all over the place. Like, that's
Pretty
a
cool.
pretty cool idea.
I'm gonna see if a Dixon Ticonderoga #2 could stop a bicycle wheel on the forks.
It's a possibility. Those Dixon Ticonderogas are fucking. Those are
Toss
quality.
of those fuckers.
The metal ones
Get
or
out
the
of
real
my
ones?
way.
The stabby ones are the ones you actually use to take the ACT with.
No, the ones bro.
The ones I wrote my.
The Ticonderogas are solid.
That's a real fucking hunk of lead and wood.
You
right
could-
there.
Okay,
You can
cool.
John
We are
Wick,
still
so
talking about pencils.
If John Wick carries a Ticonderoga, I guarantee it.
With a fucking pencil.
Does he stop? Place your bets.
Let's go. Do we get 3 seconds?
1 1,000, 2 1,000.
That counts. That counts.
Oh.
It's a solid stop.
I'll give it
That's
to
a
him.
solid modern day stop.
I'll give
yeah.
it to him. It's better than I would have done. Yeah, stick though in my defense. I'm just gonna roll it. Just keep it in second. Just
Left, right. It's dark. If someone's coming, you're going to see the headlights.
I think
Unless
it's
they're
I think
drunk.
it's less so the cars, more so the
Go rock,
pedestrians
everybody.
potentially.
Dude, just lights out. Just go for it.
Just turn the blackout switch on and just good luck, pedestrians.
I'm doing a cannonball
Good
run.
luck,
Get out of the
everybody
way.
else.
See how many points I can rack up by the end of this drive.
Did I just read somebody finished Cannonball in
Solo.
27, less than 27
Yeah.
hours or some
Yeah,
shit?
it was a new solo record.
Yeah, 'cause
And it was
they-
unmodded. I don't think he had any mods.
I thought he had a gas tank in the trunk.
He had a gas tank in the trunk, but other
Yeah.
than that, I don't think there were any other mods to it. And he didn't.
Pretty
he didn't,
cool.
He didn't have a flag car. He
Right,
didn't have
solo
a
run, yeah.
spotter. Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
That's sick.
The stories of some of those runs and some of the tech they load those cars with is pretty fucking cool, though.
Have you seen the movie?
No.
You haven't
it
seen the
really?
Burt Reynolds
No,
Cannonball Run?
haven't seen
You
the
should
OG
see it.
movie.
Yeah,
Good
it's
movie.
fucking legit. Cannonball Run 2, not as good.
Okay.
Rat Race, even better.
Okay.
Because John Lovitz steals Hitler's car.
He does
Have
what?
you? John Lovitz steals Hitler's car. Have you not seen Rat Race either?
No.
No? I thought Rat Race was like a memeable movie.
I have not seen it.
Oh, Rat Race is hot garbage.
Steals
It is
Hitler's car.
John
I'm
Lovitz
in. I'm
steals
watching
Hitler's
it now.
car. It's some shit.
You got me. I'm sold.
It's a watch.
Give it a go.
What a plot line.
Maybe I'll watch
Well,
it after I
the-
visit the racist museum in Michigan.
The plot line is that there's this like once in a lifetime race. I think it's across America. And then whoever wins, you don't have to ever work again.
And Hitler's
Fucking
racing?
thing. No, Hitler's not
Oh.
racing. But John Lovitz, they wind up in some like Nazi museum, and to continue, they need a set of wheels. So he just
Some German engineering.
grabs.
I don't think the
Hitler's-
owner's using this anymore, so.
No, yeah, just grabbed it and took off on it.
God damn.
That's fucking crazy.
It's the early 2000s, or even the late 90s. I don't. when was the last time John Lovitz was?
I gotta write this down.
God.
Oh, you need to Google it. It's great. Rat Race, yeah.
Let me know what streaming service it's on. Actually, I just get a digital library card to the library here, so I can probably rent it. I don't have a means to play it, but, you know, I'll figure it out.
When I pay taxes, the only tax that I'm not mad about is the one that goes to the library.
Yeah, I'm cool with the library.
The library's great.
Yeah.
So much knowledge and information there. And then, like, some libraries rent tools. All sorts of
All of them let homeless people watch porn.
Seen that a couple times.
That guy I was telling you about that got popped at work, his first,
No,
where he was popped the first
come
time, the Wyandotte Library
Oh,
with 2 other dudes.
oh, dude, just me and the boys. Just catching up on our
Just
favorite season of porn.
using the public. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Brazzers.
What's the
bang
big
bus,
fucking deal?
Hot blondes.
I mean, you just need to walk in there with a giant overcoat, just put it over the monitor, and just go to town, man.
Pitch a fucking tent if you're gonna do it.
Oh, he was pitching tents. God damn. Oh, the public
Well,
library.
So, we have the park kind of across the street from us, and there's a houseless population that live there. And one of my guys was over there just talking to him. And
Sorry, do you want a jacket? You're just guns out right now. It's kind of chilly.
What?
You want a jacket?
No, I'm
All
good.
right.
he came back and
You
he
seem a
was
little
like,
chilly.
he's like, this homeless dude's got a better phone than I do.
Ooh,
I was like,
get your bread up.
maybe stop dropping your phone on the ground. But he's
Get a
like,
better
he's like,
case?
how?
Get a Juggernaut
He's like, who are they
case.
calling? I was like, you have to have a fucking cell phone nowadays to survive as a human being in the United States of America.
I don't make the rules. I don't like them, but that's just the
You
way
have
it
to.
is.
I mean, it's we live in it. We're a digital society now, and like you need to have it in order to do anything, right? You know, there are no more payphones. You can't just
True.
pop at the corner, pop to the corner, pop a quarter in, and fucking call somebody.
I'm putting a payphone into my front yard. Actually, that sounds kind of cool.
You should. That would be kind of dope.
The energy of just walking out in the middle of this,
Just
first
the-
thing in the morning, robe on, just rotary payphone.
A fucking rotary payphone. I was telling some of the guys about a rotary payphone or rotary phones in general.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, you
You
had to
put your finger in the hole and then just.
Do you understand how easy it'd be to establish dominance in the neighborhood if you put a payphone in your front yard, first thing in the morning, cup of coffee in your hands, just answer it, whether it's a real call or not, just pretend to get mad, just slam it, fucking, just walk back inside. You are the mob boss of the neighborhood at that point.
Well,
those
you can make
handsets
the
are
whole neighbor agree with
indestructible.
it.
Those were like those were the first Nokias right there.
They
You,
were
could, you
100%.
cannot break those things.
100%. I miss my Nokia bricks. Those are the things I ran.
They double as brake pads.
I ran one over with a fucking Ford Ranger before and picked it up and played. You could play Snake on it, no problem. Didn't crack the screen or anything. Now, if I sneeze on my phone too
It's
hard,
toast,
it's
yeah.
fucking done.
Yeah,
Or if you update it one too many times.
exactly.
Your battery no longer works.
Yep.
That is the.
You charge the battery too
I
much.
see-
Now it doesn't work.
I see you guys are also Apple aficionados.
Yeah, I got peer pressured into it.
My wife,
don't.
I
my
get it
wife
for
had a
free.
phone bricked, and she's like, "Why is my phone bricked?" I'm like, "Because you have an Apple phone.
Yeah.
Because you got updated out
Yeah.
of your phone. You have to go get a brand new one."
Yeah.
You're not being a good American. You have to consume product.
Exactly.
You have to make sure at least 3 kids commit suicide in China this year.
That's right. You got to make sure those suicide nets are worth it.
And those lithium mines keep fucking moving.
I'm,
Speaking of
my-
which,
I don't want my phone
about to go on the
unless a
lithium
are,
phone
are
too.
we
You
about to go
first.
in there? Okay. So apparently the U.S. government can now control fucking hurricanes and decide
No,
to
it's the
drop
Jews,
them.
dude. The Jews.
You think it's the space
The
laser?
Jews control the weather.
Cause some dude in Florida was like, I saw a dude in a hurricane plane. He flew into it and it took a veer to the left, and I don't. He was steering it. I
They
saw
all
his
blew
airplane
hard
in
enough
there.
and it
Okay.
pushed the hurricane into Florida and
And
North
so
Carolina.
so one of the tinfoil hat fucking
Oh, I know.
stupid ass things is
I
that
know.
the American government sent it into fucking Carolina because
Because
they
of the
find out there's
mines.
lithium
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Fun fact, those lithium mines aren't even near where the hurricane hit.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Fun
But-
fact: the American government wouldn't control the weather; they just send in the National Guard and take over those
Exactly.
mines.
Now it is weird
We
though.
can't control the weather, though.
It is weird though that we
They've been
did
doing it in
sign
Saudi
a
Arabia.
treaty.
They've been cloud seeding. But
Yeah.
they've been cloud seeding for fucking hundreds of
Since
years.
the 1800s.
Yes.
Aluminum
Yeah.
oxide.
Yes.
It
Well, it's-
does affect water absorption in the cloud and so forth, and can result in rain. They do it in the UAB and then Beijing, Shanghai. They do it in a couple places.
Canada does it too.
Yeah, they do seed the clouds enough to get it to
Straight.
precipitate
Attaboy.
in some factor, where they're able to get a little bit of rain.
Sure,
to
they
come
like
down.
drop silver nitrate into it or something.
Yeah, they drop some shit into it
Yeah.
to drop rain. But like,
Sure.
is the technology possible where they be able to affect a little bit more? Possibly, but
There's
I
no
think
way
that
they
is
can
their way they're gonna
direction.
open a
They can
lithium
control
mine?
it.
No.
They can direct this
Yeah.
plant. You know.
I say we
well,
nuke the hurricanes.
You got to shoot into it.
I think we should hurt. Yeah, every hurricane and
I want hurricanes
every
to
volcano.
start being named
We should-
after anime characters.
we should
I'm gonna shoot it
should
now.
nuke volcanoes.
Yeah,
Why
I'm
not?
with
Put a
it.
stop to it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yellowstone, let that fucker blow. Did you hear about the crazy plan they had to relieve the pressure in Yellowstone?
First. Can't wait to hear this.
It was a very obscure plan.
Is it
Someone definitely
similar to the plan of Armageddon, the plot of Armageddon, the movie, where they're gonna land some deep rig drillers on there. They're just gonna drill
Somewhat,
a
yes.
hole into it.
Their idea was if we just punch a hole into the side of California all the way to Yellowstone, we could relieve the pressure and then expand the tax payable area of California. Because all the
Wow.
lava would flow out. They're like, we could do this.
What will those Jews think of next? Anyways, lithium.
It is Yom Kippur. How dare you say that?
Lithium, though.
It's
I've
great,
been,
Rob.
It is Yom Kippur.
my favorite thing now is just calling back to the fact that we used to just give housewives lithium to keep them chill.
Yeah, 100%.
And
We
now
still
And
give
lobotomies.
schizos
And
lobotomies.
lithium.
we still
Yeah,
give people
lithium-
lithium?
oh, yeah.
Lithium
lithium's
is
a hell of a
like
drug.
the main ingredient in all, like,
Anti-schizophrenic medication
Yeah.
and a bunch of other things. Yeah, we still prescribe straight lithium for.
I'm
I
convinced
don't
most
know
people
if it
are
is,
still on it
but-
because a lot of the hit music today, it's just all the same. It all sounds the same. It's all slow and sad and melancholy. And I'm like, this is for people on lithium. This is brutal. I can't listen to this. It's
I
terrible.
see your Billy Corgan.
Crye Cowboy has to say something about Taylor Swift. Let's hear it.
Fuck if I know, dude. The album dropped, I listened to it, then I went right back to Zach Bryan.
Treaty Oak, though?
Treaty Oak.
Country.
Treaty
Treaty
Oak fucks.
Fuck is a Treaty Oak.
Treaty
Treaty
Oak
Oak
Revival
Revival
is a country band that is very
It's
good.
the good shit.
You guys got a lot of country. You guys, family. I know you got family in the South. What about you're from the North? Okay, I'm watching.
Yeah.
My whole family's from the north. I don't know what you're
I
talking
spent
about.
like,
You're from Oklahoma. What are you
I
talking
spent
about?
like 8 years in Florida, formidable years
South.
growing up. I saw
Knew it. Knew it.
multiple 14 and pregnants down there. So
Yeah.
We all need to go to the Armada Fair.
yes,
All right.
The
I
Armada
want
Fair
Demolition
is
Derby.
they do the 8-track.
Yeah,
they do the
that
8-track.
Oh, hell
they
yeah.
do 8-track,
Dude,
they
it
do
is
tractor
sick.
pulls. They do bring your
I'm with
diesel truck out and pull it against another truck.
Do they do the
Yeah.
school bus races too?
Yeah,
They might, yeah.
I'm with it.
But
yeah, they
Down.
do
That's-
Demolition Derby.
That's
school
the
bus
first time
races,
I
all of
saw a dude who
Can I buy
couldn't
like
have been
farm animals there?
probably.
Probably,
yeah.
yeah.
Alright,
They have a
I wanna
4-H.
go.
Yeah, they do 4-H. Yeah, they were showing off rabbits and
We all
and
buy a
chickens
cow and make
stuff.
bacon.
Buy a cow and just split
Beef
the meat.
bacon is
Yeah.
Beef
gross.
bacon, or-
Get the fuck out of here.
Pig. Pork.
How many of those have you had?
There was a dude who had Winchester
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
Remington down
Oh.
his forearms. Who
I bet you Colts down his dick.
probably I wouldn't be surprised because he didn't look
These
old
are my
enough.
people. Let's go.
He didn't look old enough to own a handgun,
See, head back.
Yeah.
but he still had. There were 3
Or
kids that were
reverse.
following him around.
We're gonna go there and be like, hey guys, there's a really cool museum just around Grand Rapids. You gotta check it out.
You guys would fit right in.
Do you think the C starts at the start of the shaft or towards the head?
Ugh.
Colt.
You're,
Yeah,
thinking,
like
you're
that.
thinking a lot about this.
I think the dude has a Colt dick tat. That's
No.
Ruger.
Car
Ruger
arms.
22.
Car arms.
So what did Ruger did the hard R line? Right?
Winchester.
What's that?
Ruger did the hard R line.
Did they?
Some company, and got asked very quickly, did like a
Oh,
line
I
of
think they did.
firearms
Yes,
that
I
was
think they did.
Literally called Hard R. Not even. I gotta
Was
look
it a
up.
High Point clone?
Please hold. let me look this
This is
up.
news to me.
Could be HK.
You guys remember when Taurus was
Oh,
still a
maybe.
good? Taurus was a good firearm.
Yeah,
The revolvers aren't bad.
it was
They-
Ruger.
They're not great.
They had they were the old Beretta. They were the Beretta
Yeah.
Brazil plant. So
Yep.
they were still producing good stuff
There it
until they
is.
decided to
Pass
shit
it
the bed.
around.
That's fucking insane.
Several handguns within the Hard R line, but there it is.
You got options.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this.
Does it offer 357?
I see nothing
SIG with a
wrong with
switch?
Part of me now, I need to own a Hard R pistol. Like, come on.
Do not, whatever you do not get an LCP in 380 auto. My mother bought one, and it is just the dinkiest thing. I have it right now in my safe,
Noted.
and it is. I mean, it's a.
I haven't
throwaway.
had the urge to buy 380.
It's a
so-
plant. It's a plant gun for sure.
Okay,
100%. There's a little like you can tuck it in your sock.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's terrible.
The only 380 gun I shot was my buddy's Yeet cannon, which is a meme within itself. Yeet cannon.
Although they what's the new
Impressive.
380 or not 380 38 Super that
Oh,
they're
that's-
coming
this is
out
new to me.
in semi-automatic pistols.
You mean
I didn't
30?
see that.
What's that?
Is it 30 super?
No, I wanted to say
I know
it
you're.
was a-
It's that
it's a-
super light grainage round that's like meant to be like good within like
It's like a
25
soft.
yards.
Yeah, it's like a soft recoiling 9.
Yeah. I've seen those before. It's supposed to be like just for under 25-yard engagements, like EDC only.
I mean, I 100% agree. I mean, I think that any of your concealed carry engagements are going to happen under 25
Oh, yeah.
yards. And that 25 yards is still, for most people,
It's a fucking shot.
for anybody who doesn't shoot on a regular at least 2 or 3 times a month,
That's me.
pasting up under stress at somebody at 25. You know, most engagements are at 7, less than 7. You know,
Yeah, it's it bridges the gap between a 380 CP and a 9mm
Interesting.
38 super auto,
super carry.
super
yeah,
carry.
that's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
super carry. What am I thinking of? They do make 9s that are super light. They're like 50 something grain or 70 grain or something like that. They're supposed to be like super light. They're supposed to expand like a motherfucker. They're really only good for 30 yards.
Sad
if that.
I think
news. I don't
I think that
think-
any pistol that you stretch past 100 or you stretch past 50 is just a 50-yard
Yeah.
pistol shot. I don't know why you're the only
Mm-hmm.
reason to shoot something at 50 yards with a pistol. I know that
Training.
I know that what's his face took out that shooter in New Hampshire or something.
Yeah, it was the Dickens drill, as they call it.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
8
And
eight
it was like
out of
40,
10 shots.
45 or something.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the worst news I've heard all day. Ruger never actually produced any Hard R pistols.
Wildly unfortunate.
Apparently, the marketing campaign received such backlash that they decided it was not a good idea to move forward.
Really?
Let's
Yeah.
pressure him.
We're back. Hey, if Trump wins, they probably got a good
Might
shot.
get the hard R
Can we get a Colt 45?
Ooh. All right.
double barrel.
Takes the 2 mags and it's like this thick. But it has to fire like this. Like it was a
Call
piston
that
firing.
BBC a big black Colt.
Oh, yes. Oh, boy.
I think it's
There's
doable.
no way
And it
you're
shoots
gonna publish
357.
It's
this.
going,
My man,
I
this
see,
one
I
is-
see no issue. God
Say
damn it.
send it.
No reason not to. No reason not to. I want the Mossberg Shockwave. I want the Nightstick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nightstick.
Nightstick. Let's see if I can't put a fucking bayonet lug on that thing.
Is the
sure
magazine
it's
tube as
doable.
long as the barrel?
Should be.
And you can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then-
Because the 500, it's not. It's a shorter magazine tube, so you should have no problem.
I'd do
I'll
it.
send you. I'll
100%.
send you the one I bought.
I'm gonna have a fucking. I'm gonna have a Shockwave with.
Dude, get a breaching scabbard for it. Just throw it on the side. Pull that fucker out with the bayonet. What's the
And-
bayonet for? I gotta make sure I'm positioned on the door frame properly. This will keep me there.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
Dragon's Breath rounds.
Oh yes. Yes. Some quarter shells.
Yeah. Oh god, I want to put those little fucking quarter shells into my KSG 24 just so I can have 40 fucking rounds in there and just never have to, that will be the back window gun for the Forerunner.
Oh,
yes.
hell yeah.
Just thump, 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 thump. Straight out the back.
Yeah, this is
Let a
this is the
motherfucker
same
know.
lug I bought. I'll drop it in the chat. I gotta look up a shockwave. I haven't looked at a shockwave in a minute.
You got the one with the chainsaw grip.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Only
Oh,
from the
this-
hip
thi-
only. Yeah.
Oh,
That one
gosh.
looks pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie.
I wonder what the because it's supposed to be a AOW, right?
Yeah.
Any other weapon?
Yeah.
I wonder what putting a single point like sling just like attach it like right here or like right back here. You just
That's what Paulpish has. He has, I
You
believe, a
may
single
run into
point
trouble,
into a
actually,
scabbard
mounting
that
a
goes to the
bayonet
back
on
of his
this.
kit. So like for breach, you can just whip that fucker out, throw it in.
well, they make
hit
those
it.
those U magnetic like
Yep.
like breacher weapon mounts that would just be great.
Oh, those are sick.
Depending on the model, you may have trouble. For the most part, it doesn't look like there's enough room on the magazine tube for the lug. Because it looks like, unless you get like a shorter, I guess, charging handle, for lack of a better word. I don't know what that's called on a shotgun. Pump handle.
Pump handle.
Because it takes up too much real estate on the magazine tube, it looks like, from what I'm looking. Some look like there's enough space. I don't know if there's
Duct
smaller
tape and
ones.
a K-bar.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, you've
That's a
seen those?
vibe.
Have you've seen those
Or
little
find the
little K bars that they make for the pistols?
The Mosin ones. The
They
little
actually
like
make that.
Oh, you haven't seen a pistol K bar?
No.
Oh, they're fucking yeah. It's
That sounds
ridiculous.
sick.
Attach bayonets and charge with the fucking pistol. You haven't seen it
No.
either?
Just pistol whip someone,
Sweet
but
summer
instead they're getting
children.
stabbed. They just see a barrel every time. They know what's up.
Find a way to put a triangular bayonet on the Mossberg Shockwave. That'd be sweet.
Put a wasp knife on it.
Stitch that up, fucker.
Oh, are they not for sale anymore?
What
Really?
That's
So
Too
you
many,
got-
too many got mounted on high points, and they said we gotta take these away.
Those cheapo Amazon lasers you see. Listen, you're a thug.
They're all at all the intersection, meets.
Dude, one of my coworkers, because the second I walked in the door, he was like, "Yeah, this guy carries." Don't know what it was. I wasn't like, I was dressed in my,
Let's
work
say, surely
pants
wasn't
and
the
like,
AOR1 pants, I'm sure.
no, it definitely wasn't. Couldn't be me. Because at work I don't wear anything that
Sure.
I
Only
mean,
on Fridays.
unless you like look at my hat, then like
The
maybe you
Tech
could,
lanyard
like,
doesn't do it.
Oh, fuck.
No,
off.
no one's noticed.
No,
Oh,
really.
it's so small.
He runs a fucking laser on his shit. I'm just like, so why do you do that? He's like, hey, I just don't see the purpose of flashlights. I'm just like, how often are you out at night? A lot. And I'm just like,
Oh, that's sick.
think about it.
That's something. Yeah. Let's see if we can find a picture of it fucking mounted.
He has the Hellcat with the fucking whatever red dot
Oh.
comes with it.
Now,
Oh,
now
yeah.
that's something. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Becker BK12. It is like the breaching knife.
Holy.
So it looks like a fucking. So the Becker BK12 is amazing. It looks like a fucking breaching knife. It's got this like
It's just a little
rounded.
pry
It's got a
bar?
little, what's that? It's just like pry bar thing.
Okay, yeah.
But that
pistol
is amazing.
attachment?
As a pistol attachment. Hold on, let me use this to pry this door open real quick.
Oh, it's
Use
not
my
going.
pistol.
Need a bottle opener? That's crazy.
I feel like
I don't
put
know if
that
that
on my
one's real,
Glock, my
but
frame's
that's
gonna
pretty
crack
sick.
before the fucking.
Oh, 100%. This is probably meant to go on a Beretta.
It's funny as fuck.
You know how heavy that fucking gun would be then?
Dude, you get no fucking muzzle rise.
Well, you know that
you'd be shooting flat as fuck.
You know that they used to use the Beretta, used to use the M9s as hammers, right?
I believe it. The one I had was fucking
Yeah.
so goddamn heavy. Even without the Surefire and the PP3
Yeah, dude, that
is a
thing's got
fucking
Well, yeah,
tank.
because
Fucking
it's a steel frame,
Yeah.
everything.
Not as sophisticated as you'd like to believe the Italians would have made a firearm.
No, because it was made for the American military.
Yeah.
The bred in '92. Their shotguns still fuck.
Yes.
The
They
shotguns
do.
are still surgical.
Yeah.
My brother has one. It's so much fun to shoot.
Benelli.
A300.
Oh. Oof. My dad's got the
Ultima.
M4. I think it's sweet.
He has an M4.
That wasn't even an attempted stop. That was just.
What are you slowing down for now? You already
We're going
blew
to the house party. There's a house party just 2 doors down. If you
Oh,
guys wanna,
sick. Let's go.
let's go.
Fucking crash.
Let's go
that
sell
house.
more of your signs.
Howdy, neighbor. Couldn't help but notice your Harris Waltz sign. Would you be interested in this one? You see Faceless dropped yard signs too?
I did. Yeah.
I went to his comment section. I was like, I got a yard sign for you. He's like, send it. So I jumped his DMs. He sent me his P.O. box. I'm going to send him one.
Fuck
And he
yeah.
was like, how the fuck do you ship these things? I'm like, I'm not going to lie, man. It's not a good time because like the dimensions are so inconvenient and there's only like one size box that like would fit like a dozen of them, but it's the only box you can really go with to safely ship them. I'm like, you're just going to have to eat it.
Oh yeah, because of that fucking
Yeah.
because the steak.
The steak's not the problem. It's just that like I can flatten a couple boxes and tape it up, but that still doesn't really guarantee it's not going to get like bent or damaged.
Yeah.
So you got to buy an obnoxiously expensive box to ship them, but whatever.
I say we
It's
start
a vibe.
placing them.
I have been. There's a vacant lot I pass every day to work, where there's just a fucking 24 just political science people just stick there because no one owns a lot.
Yeah.
As I stuck mine right in front of everyone else's, right by the stop sign. I was like, I don't care.
Hang 'em.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna go when I go home Sunday. I'm gonna put it in front of my parents' Trump sign.
Oh boy, you are getting written out of the will.
The fuck is going on over
They're in
there?
their Uber.
Someone's pulled out a High Point.
Pew pew.
You hear the slide action.
Dude, those guns are just you cannot.
Yeah, the people watching goes pretty good over here.
During the day, it's not bad. A lot of walkers, a lot of runners. Dude, some of the running around here.
Yeah.
A lot of
Some
flat
people
foot walker
should
runners.
not be running. I'll tell you right now. There's that terrible form. Just you can tell it. Their body's just telling them to stop.
And they won't.
Running on
Elliptical.
concrete is fucking dumb.
Yep.
Stop running on concrete.
Yep.
Yeah,
Run on
run on the
grass.
grass.
Well,
Run
our
on
runners, our
rubber-
runners think
rubber
they're
fucking-
bikers in that they refuse to run on the sidewalk.
That's what happens when it comes to living in this fucking area.
I know.
If you're not running as fast as the car coming up behind you, you shouldn't be in the street.
I'm all for sharing the road, but you got to share the speed limit, brother. Let's go. It's got to happen.
Hey, stop!
I just stopped it at a stop sign.
Fuck. Hard R line. I'm gonna print that flyer. I'm gonna have that made as a giant just print, and I'm gonna frame it in my room. Just the hard R line by Ruger.
Right in the future.
Then you
house,
might
in
be
the back
able
of
to.
our-
You know what? You should talk to Ben. I wonder if maybe they got some like promotional materials that they weren't allowed to put out.
Ooh,
And
not a
they
bad.
might
I'm
have-
gonna jump in
They
there.
might
I
have
bet
like a
any of these in the back.
poster. Yeah.
I may just buy a Ruger and hard R clone it. I'm a part of the cloning community now.
Just have it engaged,
Hop a file.
engraved on the side, just like
The hard R LCP 380.
Does it come with a crimson trace?
Oh no.
No, I'm
A
buying the
green- a
Crimson
green
Trace
Crimson
laser
Trace
and Red
laser.
Dot on Amazon.
Not even.
I'm gonna have Dutch mill the slide for me.
There's nothing you can
mill
put
it
on
into
it.
pick and tinny and put a rifle optic
Put
on
an
it.
acro on it.
Put a ghost ring on the back.
Fuck yeah.
But you only
Put an
backplate
RSO
shit.
on it.
It's not sighted in, so I'm just gonna use my backplate.
Surefire turbo on it.
Well, okay, so I remember you were, I think in the last podcast you were talking with Dead Concepts.
Yeah.
And you were telling them about the time when we were at CQT and the dude had no fucking no sights on his pistol. It was definitely
We don't
a
need
PSA
sights, bro.
dagger upper or slide. My buddy brought out his dad's like trench 1911. It did not have a rear sight on
Really?
it.
No
and
way.
it had just the tiniest little like pinky nail, like what you would
Interesting.
like when your pinky nail got too long and you
Yeah.
just cut it off. It was smaller than that.
Was
Huh.
it a groove sight more so than a post?
I think you know what? I think the rear sight might have been a groove into the
Yeah.
because
Wow.
it was super slick. I mean, they're trench sights.
Yeah, they're meant to go from here to you.
It's like
5
that's
yards.
it.
Yeah. 5 yards tops.
Interesting.
You know, clear leather, not catch on anything. It's super. I mean, the gun is like has cleared leather enough that like you can see like it like has like polished this fucking thing.
Hell yeah.
That's sick.
Oh yeah, and he has the trench shotgun too.
That's a vibe.
And the trench shotgun was,
1857
and so we
or something?
bore scoped that thing.
Really?
We bore scoped it, and it is there's some pitting.
I'm
So
sure.
we only fired like bird out of it. We were like, it might be a little too much to send a slug down that, but bird had no problem cycling through it,
That's
and no
sweet.
issues. It was
You able to slam fire it?
awesome. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that thing is
Fuck
so
yeah.
so dope. And it was super cool.
Love
Super cool. And that 1911, those 45s were put in craters into steel.
Oh, I'm sure.
We hung brand new steel for the day, and 5.56 because his daughter's boyfriend just mag dumped M85 into it and just Swiss cheesed it and was just putting massive craters into it. So we hung a brand new one, and then he brings out the 45 1911 and just fucking
Ting, 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 ting.
just craters this brand new piece. He's like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's fucking 45 out of the
Chunky
1911.
boy,
And the
Yeah.
fact that it's moving subsonic and still hits like that
Yeah.
is fucking nuts.
That is why I do want a can on the Vector. That'd be kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Those
I would.
Osprey, the square cans.
Oh,
Yeah.
those,
Look at one of
those, yeah,
those,
the Osprey and the Vector is
Yeah.
definitely
You
it's
got
a
that 4570 now. That
It's a
46M
division
from
vibe.
San
Oh, yeah.
Francisco might be
Yeah.
the move now.
True.
It shoots nice. I shot on my Air,
Really?
my 16-inch. Pulp has one.
Hell yeah.
He got that because he's like, I don't know what. He has a Mark 23, so he's like, I want to be
Were
able
you
to.
heading King inside? Yeah, go for it.
Or I mean, I go pee on the front lawn.
Oh, okay. Do whatever you want.
Go wait for someone to stop.
Stop. Nearby?
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
actually, Back
Is
that
there?
way.
I can put on another list.
I'm surprised the dog didn't bark when you went in there. We can wrap it up when he gets back. I gotta show you those cowboy guns.
Oh hell yeah! I gotta see these.
Can't wait.
The bayonet on the 20-inch shotgun is peak
vibe.
CQB.
How do you end up getting the handguard on? The lever action.
Oh, so for context, Midwest Industries handguard for the Rossi R95. It says it fits specifically for the R95. I either got a weird handguard or it's just not made to spec. And also the directions, I'll find it. I threw them away. I'll see if I can find them online. There's just 7 steps. It's like take off factory handguard, install new handguard, use optional screws if needed, and that's it. Those are the instructions. There's no pictures. There's no video anywhere because no one's
send
actually done it before. I feel like so there's no YouTube of someone doing it. There's nothing by Midwest on how to do it. So I took off the factory handguard, no problem. Slide on the Midwest one, and there are prongs basically that are supposed to seat within the receiver, similar to how a normal handguard would work. But the indents in the receiver did not line up at all with these prongs or these forks in the handguard, and it just would not fit. So to the point where I went to the hardware store and bought a metal file, and I was about to file this thing, and the guy at Midwest was just yank on the lever to try to separate this piece of steel if you remove a screw in the receiver. And I mean, I had hand on the barrel and the magazine tube on the ground, with also around the handguard trying to push it down, and I had the lever pulled out so the breech was open, and I was almost like a bow pulling this thing back with all my fucking might. I'm sweating, my hands ready to fucking bleed, and it finally slips in. I was like, okay. So I end up feeding the screw back in, and the receiver doesn't fit completely flush. Hey, buddy. But it's on now. It's not going anywhere, but that was just a pain in the ass. Get on through here. That was a good...
The 45, 70.
Yeah, the fucking Midwest handguard.
Where's that bathroom at?
Straight through. Oh, you see the kitchen table in there? It's bang right.
Bang right.
The wall where you see the second slot thermostat.
Just kick my shoes to the side or something.
What's up, dude? We got a dog. Podcast dog. See, he's gonna rub his butt on your foot now. See? See? There he goes. Yeah. Don't make eye contact when you do that. That's weird. It's very strange.
Establishing dominance.
It's very strange. But stop that. See, stop that. That's very strange. You're so weird. He doesn't blink either. He just does it and he just stares right into you. It's highly upsetting. Hi, buddy. You want to come up here? Come here. Come here. Oh, sorry.
No, you look at me while I roll
Let him
my
in, Jeff.
butt
What
on
do you gotta
this
say?
man's foot.
Wolf.
Nothing? Okay. You're a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy.
It's hard to believe that dog is 10.
Yeah, almost
Yeah.
10 and a half.
Yeah.
Puppy.
Almost 10 and a half.
His
Yes.
eyes don't look all like crusty and
I
like
know.
falling out.
I know.
We've all seen those dogs. I know it.
Yeah, he's not a crusty little dog like most.
Good for him.
What's up, dude? I've also learned, and I had to look this up, and I don't know if the research is bad or what, but I guess Shih Tzus, which is what he is, are like the closest descendants like of wolves out of all like the modern dogs still.
What?
It makes 100% sense.
It makes
yes.
no sense
Oh,
to
no.
me, but you look at a husky and you're like, that's way closer than this fucking thing. So I don't believe it personally, but everything I've said, everything I've found sort of points to that, but
There's no way this thing just wanders out into the fucking Michigan northern woods and is like, hey, part of the pack now.
I run this shit.
I run this shit.
What's up, brothers?
I'm small enough I can bite you in the dick.
This is true. You've gotten my hand a couple times too. That's my fault though. Oh, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Go beat their ass. Go get him.
Go get him,
Go
ankles.
get him. Go get him.
Go get them ankles. No ankle in our row is safe.
You got him. You got him. They're gone. Good job. Good job.
Oh, that was too perfect.
He is fun to wind up. I own that. I wind him up, and then he bites my hand. That's on me. We're turning a new leaf, though. We are. We know this is permanent now. She's like, yeah, I'm stuck with you. You're stuck with me. Not allowed in the bed, though. That's my one
Was that-
rule.
Yeah.
Dog in Germany?
No. He did not travel.
Oh, damn.
The plan originally was for him to, and then just
Yeah.
not worth it.
Yeah.
Be back in a year.
My ops manager showed me a picture of a mini schnauzer. He's like, yeah, I was thinking about going to see it today. I'm like, I'm going to come into work on Monday, and you're going to have a mini schnauzer to tell me all about. He's like, I don't know.
There's nothing there, dude. Speaking of dogs, though, so on the way back from Germany, both flights, so we had a couple, our flights got really screwed up because of the hurricane, but we had two flights, one from Nuremberg to Frankfurt, and then Frankfurt to the U.S., filled with just the rudest people of all time. First flight, some chick walked down with like a Pomeranian, dog barked the entire flight, like shrieking little dog, yappy bark, and just could not make it stop. Pretty insufferable, but 30-minute flight, so not the end of the world. The 8-hour flight back to the U.S. Next to me is this Middle Eastern man, I guess, who can only talk in grunts. I'll let Quad go back. We know him. Don't bark at him. He's a good guy. He's with us. Yeah. Let him back in first. Yeah, the second guy who ends up sitting right next to me, I have an aisle row, thank God. Middle Eastern man who could only speak in grunts, whose elbow is in my gut the entire flight because he doesn't know how to keep it on his side of the seat. The only English he knows, though, is whenever the stewardess would come by with, like, the drink cart, would just go, red wine. Must have ordered 7 glasses of red wine through the flight, which is great because he ended up falling asleep. So, like, he was funny when he wasn't, digging into my side with his elbow. But next to me, across the aisle, was what had to have been, like, a grandpa, granddaughter, father-daughter duo. And daughter, for the better part of 6 hours of this flight, played music videos out loud on her phone. Like, no headphones,
Holy
no
shit.
nothing. Out loud, to the point where the poor child, this poor boy behind her, was literally smashing his head into the back of the seat because he can't sleep because this bitch is just playing music videos on like full blast through her phone and nobody stopped her. I was like, how is nobody stopping this? Her dad or whoever it was next to her is no fucking help because he didn't tell her to stop, obviously. But the guy in front of him put his seat back, right? And trust me, I'm a tall guy. You put your seat back. I'm not happy, but like, it's you paid for the seat, I guess. Do whatever you want. The fact that I'm tall isn't really your problem, I suppose. I'll make do. Guy in front of him puts his seat back. He starts actually hitting the seat, like smacking the seat, and he's like yelling at the guy to put his fucking seat up. And I was like, holy shit. I can't believe you two. So the plane finally lands. Oh, this was the best. I watched the record for the first person to stand up soonest, like as the plane hits the ground. Wheels haven't even touched down. Home was already up, unbuckled. The wheels are this close to hitting the fucking tarmac, and he's already standing up, getting his shit out of the overhead. And all like the bunch of like, you know, Middle Eastern people around him. I was going, oh, what the fuck? Like, you can't do that. Just losing their minds. It was so funny because no one did anything about it. That guy just set a record. So we get up, finally, you know, their grandpa and his daughter, or whatever the fuck it was, just playing music videos, stands up, and I go, first time flying? And he goes, oh no. And I'm like, I couldn't tell. And the kid behind him, who was like smashing his head into the back of the seat, just started laughing. I was like, that one was for you, buddy. I saw you suffering. That was for you.
That is one of my biggest pet peeves outside of unwitty vanity plates in cars. Is people who play their, like, look, I'll play like I was in the parking lot today and watching videos you guys sent me on Instagram or, you know, in the chat, whatever. But like, if you're in a public space, like you're in a car or you're at, you know, train car, you're in a plane,
bus,
like you can't. It makes me physically angry.
But that would make me so uncomfortable too to do that.
And so I'm gonna call out Rico right now.
What'd I do?
You said you were gonna bring your JBL speaker out on the trail.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't
sub point to people playing on their fucking music videos or having super loud conversations while they're walking down the fucking public sidewalk or some shit. And you want to have a public conversation on speakerphone? I'm talking to the motherfucker on the other end.
What's up, bitch?
And if you walk down the
How are you
trail,
doing today?
bumping some fucking EDM bullshit when we're in the fucking woods, I will push you down the fucking steep part of the hill.
They're never gonna find
You're
you.
not
I
about
lost.
wood
I
rails?
forgot my earbuds, so I was gonna put it in my little fucking brain pouch and just be like bumping Hans Zimmer in the background.
Oh, I mean, look, if you're not like Meredith
Oh,
and I,
fuck no.
Meredith and I
Definitely
were
not.
on a trail one time, and this dude came off, and I think he had like a JBL speaker hooked to the
Yeah,
fucking
just a little
strap
clip thing.
and one hooked to the back. No,
he
he
had
was
the
what the
symphony
fuck?
going,
he was
yeah.
partying. He was
One-man
fucking partying,
band.
and it wasn't like
He was tripping or
John
something.
Denver Country Roads or like some Enya,
Yeah.
some like
For-
fucking like
Yeah.
world music with matches the background
Cardi
and you're
B.
walking in the fucking woods or something. LMAO. Yeah, no, he's playing some EDM shit, and I'm like, no, this is not the vibe.
He's
Happens
clearly
a lot
on acid.
on like the hills too. Like when you're snowboarding or skiing, a lot of people feel the need to make it known what they like to listen to. They'll strap speakers to their backpacks and stuff, and that's a big thing too. It's like, fuck off.
It's obnoxious, and I will say, like, when I was 21 and I went on my first cruise, I had a Osiris skate backpack that had the speakers in it, and I was subjecting everybody to the Lil Wayne mixtapes.
Hell yeah.
We were on the fucking beach in the Caribbean, and I just put it down in the sand,
Amazing.
Yeah.
just start playing it. I got some props from that, but when I was walking around the fucking packed cruise ship, bumping it over the
Less popular.
less popular.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You know, it's all it's a time and space. You know what? If I'm not listening to any music on the beach and you bring up some bumping shit, and I'm like, this is a vibe.
Yeah. But yeah, I get it. If you're walking in the middle of the woods, you're not ready to.
Dude, I got a
around.
story. Me and my buddies were walking around Stony Creek, and we went off a trail to where someone just, like, you know, built a pretty big teepee out of fucking branches and shit. And so me and my buddies roll up back there, and within 5 minutes, like, another group comes up, sits up probably like 10 feet behind us. And dude, they brought out like bongos and guitars and shit.
That's cool.
And we're like, dude, it was the coolest
If you're
fucking
good,
thing.
that's cool.
Oh, they were great. Like, they did this shit like every Saturday, I swear to God.
But when they roll out the like JBL party box PA, and they have the stand for it, and they put it. You know, and it's like,
Gotta
all
raise it
right,
up
you
there.
guys are Oh, all right. Because where were we? We were somewhere. Oh, bro, it was at Stony Creek. My buddy and I were fucking playing. We were playing fucking disc golf, and we're walking, and not fucking 40 feet off of the fucking the trail. There are these kids. They've got fucking hammocks set up. They've got speakers out, and they're just hanging out.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Smoking weed.
Well, probably, but I mean, like, we went to cooler places to smoke weed when I was a kid. We didn't just set up like hammocks, and the cops are gonna come. You can't set up a hammock. You have to be able to run when they come. Show
Dude,
up.
during COVID, me and my buddies would like set up our hammocks at like firefighters and just chill behind the bleachers and smoke weed. We did that shit like every other day.
Firefighters doesn't have bad course.
No, I like that course a lot.
The only like set I would like allow for that in a nature setting if you're gonna play a DJ, I don't know if it was Diplo or Avicii. I think it had to be Diplo. I think Avicii was dead by then, but like one of them
Rest in
just
peace.
did an insane. Like if you look back at it now, it doesn't. It just seems so like absurd. Like George Floyd era did like a George Floyd like tribute set. And opened it with just the funniest fucking monologue, and then just goes right into mixing music. It's so fucking funny and just completely tone deaf. It's so good.
This record is in honor of George Floyd, and I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So, shout out to his family.
Just doesn't read the room.
No, but no, it's like he's trying to make it sound like serious and heartfelt, like super like inspirational. But then like you start mixing EDM music, and you're like, this is just not real.
Well, management told him.
It's so good. I'd allow for that. If I heard that like speech opening up the set, I'm like, all right, this is.
I think I think like an electronic didgeridoo could hit in like the EDM space.
All right, last one. Does this guy run the light?
Yeah.
Got a lot of eyes on him. Oh yeah, yeah, brother.
Oh, bro.
Fucking
With his turbo
power stroke.
sucking.
Those who's that?
No.
So modern day trucks piss me off. The fact that Americans are like, oh, we're gonna just build these super big trucks. We'll make them so wide that they have to have these fucking running lights on the side of their fucking mirrors, so we can get beyond the emissions control. It's like that we were talking. Like there are no light duty trucks anymore.
Yeah.
No.
You know. No quality light duty trucks, and that sucks. The Ford Ranger used to be a fucking banger for a light
That
duty
one
truck.
wasn't even a stop. That
Didn't-
that dude didn't even hover over the brake.
Yeah, no, I don't think he hit the brake. I think he just came
It's
up.
a good little drinking game.
We'd be
Intercept.
fucking. We would be all sleeping on the porch.
I have a
right
better
now.
intersection. The one used to spend a lot of time down by the riverfront in Detroit. Intersection similar to this on the weekends.
Oh, that doesn't count. Within
Every time
Detroit.
you saw a Charger or a Challenger, you took a drink. Every time you saw a car with mismatching colored body panels, you took a drink. Missing license plate, take a drink. Detroit fire drill, meaning one or multiple people jump out of the car, twerk, then re-enter the car. You'd be surprised how many times that happened around there. Drink. Horn, drink. You saw someone go through the drive-through ATM incorrectly, drink. What else? Oh, those three-wheel like KTM like crossbow things.
Oh, the slingshots.
Yeah, the slingshots, drink. Yeah.
There were two of those at the saloon.
Like the state
The
bird of
Can-Am,
Detroit. It's
the
crazy.
Can-Am
Yeah,
slingshots. Yeah.
everywhere downtown.
Well,
Anywho.
there's a spot on fucking Woodward, not far from here, that rents them
Oh yeah.
in the summertime.
There's
Rents them
that
out of
show
a.
up to bike night and they think that they're like welcome there and they fit in, but they don't.
Yeah, because it takes you need a cycle license, so I think even drive them.
You don't.
No?
Nope, not those.
What about the 3-wheel bikes?
You do
The
need.
trikes. The trikes.
They're a different license than a motorcycle endorsement though. There's a 3-wheel and a 2-wheel endorsement. If you have
'Cause
a
the
2-wheel
3-wheels
endorsement, it covers a 3-wheel, But if you have a 3-wheel, you can't ride a normal motorcycle.
So when some political fuck was in Detroit a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't come home from 75 because 75 was just a clusterfuck.
Your commute doesn't matter.
It was a clusterfuck on Friday when Trump was in Hamtramck.
Yep.
Because that's where he needs to be, is Hamtramck.
Shitting on Detroit.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I don't think there aren't a lot of people he's going to reach in Hamtramck.
No.
But I ended up just bouncing like surface streets to like Woodward type of a thing. And I watched these two dudes on bikes. And like I grew up around bikes. My mother had a bike. Like, I watched this guy. He was about to take this turn. I'm like, he's going to dump this fucking bike. Yep. Sure as shit. And I was right behind him. And I was like, no, I do not have time for this.
I'm not helping him.
Nope. I cut the dude off to my left. Wide turn this fucking shit. It was like, good luck, bud.
You did it yourself.
Yeah, if you can't keep your bike upright.
Bike almost T-boned me the other day in a stoppie. So he fucking just ripped that front brake. It just went boop, and just rode it. And almost fucking smacked my car. Looked at his buddy like, oh shit.
Would have been a bad day for that guy.
Yeah, because I was doing about 40. Just see a guy just up on one wheel, just give me an oh fuck look.
Doing an endo? Nice.
Every now and then
Endo.
I see some wasted bikes up and down. I'm like, oof. That's cool.
Not a good time to crash one of those.
Nope.
Donor cycle, man. It's the donor cycle.
True.
Everybody who has a motorcycle license should have an organ donor. Instantly signed up for the organ donor. And I had a buddy who got rear-ended when we were teenagers. He was sober, but leading his friends home from the bar, his friends rear-ended him. He went under the car. Yep.
Oh,
that sucks.
That does suck.
That was rough. He was a cool guy too.
Every time something bad happens to somebody who either we know or don't know, I get a text from my parents saying to sell the bike.
Yeah.
See, but eventually. If you know what you're doing on a bike,
you can definitely minimize.
You can.
Yeah.
It is, and it's so. Come back to the cyclist in me, and it's drivers don't pay enough fucking attention.
No.
They get in the car and they think they're going to go from point A to point B. They're not going to have any problems. They're not going to have to stop unless they want to, type of a fucking thing. And the left lane, which used to be the fast lane, is now the entitled lane. I have seen in traffic on 75 somebody in a generally very nice vehicle has kept traffic blocked off for a good 4 or 5 minutes.
Yep.
And it's cleared in the left-hand lane.
Left lane's for crime, baby. Get out the way.
Yeah, you should be. Yeah, the left lane is for fucking just tearing ass going as fast as you possibly fucking can. And there are too many people who think that I'm driving 80 miles an hour, like and I have I'm watching TikToks on my fucking phone.
I've seen that more times than I'd like to admit. That's crazy.
Oh, I want to start carrying my fucking slingshot and just start fucking pelting. Get some like little ceramic BBs. And
I want like a scabbard on the bike, not for like a gun, but for like a baseball bat, just to start
taking out
Mad Maxing mirrors and shit.
You need a get back. You don't have a get back whip?
No, I don't have that kind of Harley.
You got. It doesn't matter. You should have a get back, bro. There was a dude who rolled in the fucking. Definitely did not look like he would be having a get back whip, and I was like, not expect to see that on that guy's bike, but 100% he had a get back whip. It was a little shorter than what I've usually seen because they usually fucking dangle.
Some of those things hang.
Yeah, no, dude's was just a little guy. He get close on you.
All right,
your fucking driver's side window out.
We'll do that. We'll just carry pocket rocks.
Pocket sand too.
I mean,
convertible.
A pocket full of crushed up spark plugs is not a terrible idea.
They're gonna feel that one.
Just
watches with intent. That's a good. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's because it's a Tesla and it's in self-drive.
That's a Tesla?
I think it's one of the new Buicks. I only know from looking at so many fucking cars day in and day out now. Anywho, we've been at it for a minute here.
Yes,
Any
sir.
ending points? Birthday boy?
It's
Things
just
you
another-
learned from the past year? Things
Dad
you're looking
advice?
forward to this year?
Fuck if I know. It's just another day of the year for me.
That's how I am.
Yeah.
Britt was like, "What are you gonna do for your birthday?" I was like, "I don't really care." They're like,
Whatever I do any other day.
yeah, I feel like people want to get together for someone else's birthday. I was like, "Yeah, let's do that." I don't care.
Like all throughout, I was telling Jay this on the trail, but you know, all throughout high school, like my birthday's been on a weekday, and I've always
Yeah,
had
same.
football. So like I didn't like get to do anything. I just kept it that way after I graduated. I was like, I'm over it. If it comes up, if I do something, I do something. But I'm
Yeah.
never gonna go out of my way. I don't even like, you know, I didn't even like tell anyone. They didn't find out
Yeah.
till like the end of
Yeah.
the fucking trail.
Same.
It just came up.
Yeah, no, I didn't find out until you posted the Grave Fighter thing. Like,
Yeah.
nice little birthday.
Yeah.
I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
It's just another day.
Yeah.
And then the people who take their day of their birthday off always strikes me. I'm like, no, you want to take the day after off.
Yeah.
You're gonna get fucked up
Yeah.
afterwards.
That's the
You have friends or not.
right. Well, cool. Well, happy birthday, good sir. Thank you guys
Appreciate
for
it.
coming
Happy
out.
birthday. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Until next time, boys.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Let's go. Go back inside. Let's go play with some guns.
Yeah.
You too.
Punch your local Nazi.